All right, so this is what I do.
Uh-oh.
What version of that is Google is that?
Shut the fuck up.
No,
You're an
I'm
asshole.
joking.
You're a fucking asshole. The first down is He hung up on him.
Just stop. Look. All right.
Let's see.
No, it's awesome. It's perfect. Scroll. Look, just look up. Now, at the top, there's like a thing that says Elgin Plus. Click on that. Click that. Click that plus Elgin thing. Okay, click that. Now on the right.
Second and one. Is that second and one, or was that a first down?
Just let it load. Takes a minute for some reason. I don't know why. Now, are you friends with Average Joe? Because that's going to be the king.
Can you talk?
We're live right now.
Talking to Elgin?
Now live.
We are live.
We are live. Was that a first down, or was that second and one?
How does he find you, Joe? Because I don't think you're there.
It's Average Joe's.
It's like
Second and
weird.
one.
You got to join. You got to go to the Average Joe thing and click it. So where does he find Average Joes? People you may know? That's the problem.
First down came
I
first.
sent him about 900 friend requests, but he didn't know where chat was, so...
Add people?
Yeah, go to add people.
And put in the email address that I sent him.
And then put in the email address that he sent you.
Where now?
Hold on, let me see if I can... Can you see that right there?
Comes off the field like every 3 plays.
Wait, say again, what?
I just sent like a...
Joe's Fantasy Football
yeah.
Podcast. Yo, shut the fuck up. Stop talking to Elgin directly.
Why would
in
you
the
go
goddamn
live when I'm trying to do this?
Because this is video gold.
I'm trying to do a bit, and you're making it terrible. More terrible than...
Hangouts, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, go there. Go there.
This is a great bit. I don't know how much more terrible.
There it is.
is.
Now you see the average. Yeah, click the Average Show
Week
one.
6, you've got to be fucking...
Yeah, that's it.
I'm practicing meditation this week.
No, see at the bottom of the screen, you have to go to the bottom and hit like join or answer.
Not because all of my friends are fucking retarded.
Hey, I'm in here. Speak for those two guys.
All right,
But because...
Oh, Frank got hot.
My team...
It is 1-5.
So good.
Hold on one
And
second.
they get scored 185 points this week.
Try hitting that one now, eh? Did you see that pop up?
I've ever seen.
Just saw the link right now.
Click that. Joe's got some sentimental music playing about his team that gets 180 runs.
Fantasy football
He's meditating is what he's doing.
I know what he's doing. I like it. It's actually very soothing. But when I pass out because Elgin can't join, yo, they got like 3 first downs. What? There it is. Now at the bottom it should actually
They've already had 2 first downs. So the first down bet won.
Okay, let it go.
Yeah,
in a landslide.
Lost to first downs. Into our podcast.
Baba.
Namaste.
Baba. What's that say?
Do the Arian Foster Namaste.
You don't have the plugin, that's why? Hit it. Hit that. Install the plugin. Oh my god. He's running version...
Stop he really is using an older version of Google?
You know what is a good question? Are you using Chrome? Because if you're not using Chrome, I feel like killing you. That's the first thing I'll say. You're not? What are you? Don't tell me you're using Internet Explorer.
Internet Explorer.
Firefox.
Firefox, isn't it?
Nah, it's
Wait, I need to meditate on Internet Explorer.
We're in a Google
once you
Hangout
install
and he's
that,
using
if
IE6.
you back that link once you install that.
You know what you need to do, Keith? You need to switch. You need to flip.
All right.
The camera. I want to.
Let's just
face.
I just listen.
Just put his face on there. He'll just go by phone.
I had to stop that for 1 second, but I didn't want to tell him he's running the Google from 2003. It's weird. I don't even know how he got it on there, but he's he may be in the past. When he shows up, I would not be shocked if he's like, yeah, Marshall Falk's running
He's
good
gonna,
these days.
he's gonna show up and he's gonna be 3 years old.
Wait a second. What was 15 years ago from now? That would be 2000.
2000. Just
2000. That's the team that on the Rams, or
Yeah.
I mean on the Rams team.
greatest show on turf. He'll be like, that
Yeah.
Isaac Bruce. I started him.
He's something else. I'll tell you what. I Monday night ruled him in.
Can I just state for the record that he couldn't find? Can everybody go to their Gmail really quick?
Yep.
Just for
You gotta-
an experiment. Can you go to your Gmail real quick?
I don't
Tell me
want
if it's
to. I don't
open.
want to mess anything up. It scares me.
What? He has an iPhone, right?
Yeah.
Yes, he also has an iPhone.
Tell him to download the freaking Hangouts app at least. At least he could have did it from his goddamn phone.
Do you
Wow.
have your Gmail open?
Yeah, mine's
Wow.
open. How can your Gmail not be open if you're in a Hangout?
Bottom left corner of your Gmail, do you see a couple of icons? Maybe one icon, maybe two icons. Maybe
I
a
actually don't.
quotation mark?
I'm not trying to even stick up for him. The only way that I can get into Gmail in the
It says
USA for
Hangout
some reason,
contacts and Hangout conversations. That's the one you're
Yeah.
talking about?
I gotta literally click the plus, go to the little like quotation Hangout thing to get into your Hangout.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Because you have the
Well,
older version.
Because
John,
I
They
have
haven't
does it
upgraded.
exist?
They haven't
John, what
upgraded
is
their
it?
Gmail.
What does that mean?
That means they're in the past.
Actually, Elgin just texted me. He's like, "Why does it say hang in?" It says hang in there. He is running the old version. Well, he's definitely gonna show up. So why don't we start it up?
Alright.
So that we're
Yeah,
not
why
getting-
don't we?
Alright.
Since we only have like a quarter left in this game to do the
Yeah,
damn show.
exactly. So the
It's
show
not like we ever
started-
start on time.
So the show has started,
That's like our bit.
and what I want you to do, Keith, since being off the rails is sort of what you do. Why don't you
Wow.
post on I don't know,
Grabby.
Facebook or some shit or Twitter that we're on live, so that we can get some listeners.
I'm just getting annoyed at like what's happening here. Like I told
What
you
is
to
happening
exactly-
is you're looking at the screen when I'm asking you to do me a quick favor.
I'm doing math
Please.
actually. Hold on, I'm not.
No, you have no shot, dude. They're up by 10.
I got
what sort of
a small
miracles
shot.
did they have happen?
They need one touchdown.
Who's they?
St. Louis. Oh, what? All of a sudden they'll never score again? It's impossible. A little defense out of them wouldn't be bad, right?
I don't even know. I don't even know why I'm
Oh
even.
my God,
about
he
to
got
look
shook
at
out
this.
his shoes. That he literally got shook out his shoes like the old ludicrous Madden rap.
All right, I'm just gonna mute him since he decides he's not gonna be in the fucking show today. So I'll tell him to wave his arms like a fucking retard when he's ready.
All right, week 6.
Yeah, week 6.
I'm gonna put some stuff on the board just from what I talked about earlier. The show content, and we'll go through the list. Should have did that while these guys are playing around. That's what we'll start with. That's the first one.
Are your birds that dirty? All right. Well, you start because I'm
Defer.
doing my best. I'm just doing my best.
To meditate? Okay. So, are the birds that dirty? Obviously, if you don't know the NFL nickname for the Atlanta Falcons, you probably shouldn't be watching this show, but they're called the Dirty Birds. And are the birds that dirty is my question of the week, just because the last couple of weeks, Matt Ryan has looked like an average quarterback, and he's kind of fading into that low-end QB1 matchup-dependent quarterback because of the offensive line worries and things like that. And I believe I had mentioned on the show a couple weeks ago, are we worried about the Atlanta Falcons offensive line and what that can do to them? And it just seems like the last couple of weeks, teams have kind of figured out, hey, this team wants to go downfield to Julio Jones, but the line is shitty. We can overload blitz on the side and really harass Matt Ryan and make him like an average quarterback. So I'm a little worried being the Matt Ryan owner, just because I've seen this movie before with the Falcons last year, and granted they did better, but there's no Harry Douglas. Keith is waving his arm, so I guess he's ready to jump in.
I unmuted him, and then I tried to mute him, but then I tried to unmute
Right.
him, but Something happened. There you
I
go.
unmuted myself, and then you were like, "Here's another mute for you." Go ahead, John. Keep going.
Yeah, so I think that I'm a little concerned with the Falcons and stuff like that. Like I don't even know if I can trust Matt Ryan next week
It's
against.
one game. Calm down. He'll be fine.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I mean,
Okay, let me ask
literally,
you a
like,
question.
is the sky falling,
okay.
Chicken Little?
Yeah, that's what you guys can call me. But let me ask you a question.
I
Let
just
me ask
made
you a
that up
question.
right now. I coined that. You are
Well,
Chicken
actually,
Little.
okay, that's fine. I'll be Chicken Little. But let me ask you a question. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'll be Chicken
I'm not
Little.
laughing at you. I'm laughing at Joe's face.
I know. So here, so listen. Do you trust Matt Ryan next week at Baltimore?
Do I trust Matt Ryan next week at Baltimore?
100%.
Here's why I say yes.
Okay, because they're going to be
Because-
down.
Well, because anything that I believe to be true in the NFL,
Mm-hmm.
with exception to Brandon Oliver, Ben Tate, Travis Kelce, and
here
just
we
about
go.
anything
Took us all of
actual
about 2 minutes.
talented related.
I'm going to get a bell for the next show.
Ending up
So
on
every time you mention Brandon Oliver, I'm just going to make a sound.
All right. I'm not going to mention Brandon Oliver yet,
Ding!
but I am going to mention Brandon Oliver
Ding!
rushing for over 100 yards, getting 30 touches, and somehow is going to continue to be relegated to the Danny Woodhead role.
All right, well, let's finish the Atlanta Falcons.
Give me a buzzer every time I say fucking Danny Woodhead's role.
No, I'm going to give you a bell We just need to play like some Barry White every time you say Brandon Oliver. That's what we need to do.
Look,
That'd
all
be
I want you
fantastic.
motherfuckers to do is to acknowledge
My darling, I
Brandon Oliver.
get enough of love, baby. Boom, boom.
That's
I
it.
just want you to
I don't
acknowledge.
know. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't want to turn this into the Brandon Oliver podcast.
We're not. Well, let's start
So
early.
let's finish the Atlanta Falcons conversation. You
Okay.
guys said you trust
Yes,
him
what?
You wanna
against
talk
Baltimore.
about? Okay,
So
let's
what do you
talk about him.
get into that? What do you trust him to get you in the against the Baltimore Ravens on the road outdoors?
Baltimore Ravens outdoors. Depends on what league. Our league or shitball.
Just I don't care fantasy points. I want actual stats. People can take the stats and then translate it into their own damn league and figure out what their points are going to be. So go. You have the floor.
I'll tell you in a second. How about you, Keith? What do you think? What are you looking for from Matt Ryan? Even though you don't have him and you're just gonna sort of troll my life.
If I know anything about fantasy football, and I don't, but if I did, what I would say is Joe Flacco is the equivalent of that Katy Perry song. And I know both you guys know it and love it very well. Hot and cold. One game he's throwing for 50 points, the next game he's throwing for 6. So he's going to come up with a 6-point game, which means Matt Ryan's going to be off to the white boy Olympics, and he's going to be throwing touchdowns.
I lost that. My computer froze for a minute when you said
the
Katy
White Boy
Perry.
Olympics exactly?
What are the white boy Olympics? I honestly don't know what the White Boy Olympics is. John, so you didn't hear a word I said?
I didn't hear a word you said. You said Katy Perry, and my computer just froze up.
All right. So basically, what he's
Your
basically
computer's
saying,
allergic to Katy Perry. That's fucked up.
No, my computer probably loves her
cold,
tits.
which is just about what everyone in the fucking league is, with exception to DeMarco Murray apparently. So to play the hot and cold game, yes, he's not a. Is he a start every week sort of guy? I say yes. Is he a start every week and expect 303 touches? I say no. So if you
I don't think I asked that. I think I asked what his stats are going to be for this week. That's all I asked you. Because you both said you trust him, so give me your stats.
303 touchdowns.
Okay, let's put that on the board for
he's
next
being
week.
a piece of shit. I mean, why even write that down? He's being fucking trolly.
Okay.
I think that I'm not playing you.
He's being trolly McFucking eat my nuts.
So wait, 303 touchdowns, no picks, right?
Nah, he'll probably have 2 picks too.
Okay, so 303 touchdowns and
2 picks and a fumble lost.
okay, so 3 turnovers and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's gonna even out completely.
I'm gonna go with. Wow. I'm going to go with 225 yards and 2 touchdowns.
How many interceptions?
1 interception.
All right. So if we plug that into standard scoring
You have a standard scoring
calculator, or do?
What's that,
Wow.
like 11 points in standard scoring?
Yeah. If you do 25 points per passing, that's 9.
What is going
Or
on?
I mean, sorry, 1 point for 25. Stop it.
No. I'm just. I know what you
Okay,
meant.
let's do 1 point, 20 point, one
No,
point.
I knew what you meant. I'm just flabbergasted by how horrible fucking standard scoring is.
All right, well, whatever. I'm gonna just say 1 point for 20 yards passing. All right.
And
So that's 11.25. You said 2 touchdowns. That's 12.
Hey, Keith, can you do me a favor? Could you seriously put on Facebook or on Facebook that we're doing a show? And yeah, can you turn your fucking volume down, please?
Hey,
Also,
look, somebody got in. So 21 points, you said, right? That's what everybody's thing is. 21 points. That's what
Keith,
you
can you turn it down? Because I can hear it. Stop.
Who?
I can hear
Hey.
someone's TV.
I hear nothing, and I've done nothing different.
Maybe it's Elgin.
Can you hear my TV now?
Nope.
No.
I can't.
And now you hear it.
No, now I hear Elgin's TV. Turn your TV down, Elg Kada.
What's going on?
There you are. There you are. You don't look like Elgin
boy.
Cada. He looks good. Elgin, we were just talking about
Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan. Elgin, can you hear us?
Oh my God, he really is in the past.
So retarded.
It looks good. Can you hear us? You must not have the sound. Right.
Elgin. Oh my God, do you have your sound on?
He's calling us. Hold on. You can't hear us, obviously?
He's just laughing.
I can't hear nothing. It just keeps switching back and forth like it's lost its mind.
All right, go to see that little settings thing when you roll your mouse. It's like a little settings. You see that at the top of your screen, like
Of
above?
course he doesn't see it. Wow.
Yeah, where it has like the volume and the video and all that stupid shit.
Can you guys hear Elgin now?
Yeah.
Talking
We
into
can
the
hear
phone
you now.
because he's
Okay,
talking.
so now what's it have for your input and output? Like your
It just says no mic.
no mic? That's not good. How about built-in mic or default or?
No. It says that's on. Why the fuck does it keep switching?
It keeps switching because every time someone talks, it's gonna switch to whoever's talking at the time. That's.
All right, hold on.
I'll just leave it on you, Elgin.
Just turn the. I think.
Oh my God.
This is interesting for you out there. Elgin went to computer school with me at the same time for network engineering, and
This is proof how ineffective DeVry or University of Phoenix or wherever fucking shitball university you went to is.
he's murdered. We can.
What the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
Oh God, help me, please. Make it work.
Yeah, I got a theme song for Elgin, so hold on real quick. Be
Oh
quiet.
shit!
Be quiet. I got a theme
I
song
don't
for
hear you.
Elgin, can you hear us?
Is it a good time?
Oh my God! Is his sound just turned on? It's killing me. What if his microphone just isn't plugged in?
Do I have to mute you, or can I play Elgin's theme song?
Go ahead, I'm waiting.
That should have been a flag.
They didn't throw a flag?
They didn't.
Can y'all finally hear me?
Yes, Elgin.
Yo, what's all the African music, there?
It's not African. It's the Elg King theme song.
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm going to bed now.
After all that, you're going to bed.
Dude, that took all the energy out of me. This is fucking bullshit.
Get hype from your theme song real quick.
Fuck that theme song. And I almost won. Got 3 touches.
He got 2 touches, and you said carries,
He got a
motherfucker.
catch.
He got 2
Whatever.
carries, motherfucker.
Whatever.
Elge Cada
He got
is
3
alive in full effect. So anybody who is unaware of the bet last week, Elge Cada and your host Joe made a bet that Ronnie Brown, who got picked up as a free agent by the San Diego Chargers, would not get 5 carries. And if he got more than 5 carries or more, I would have to stop calling him Elge Cada. And I think he likes being called Elge Cada because he knew full fucking well that Ronnie motherfucking Brown was not getting 5 fucking carries. So
How many carries
big
did he
up
end
to
up getting?
Elgin.
He got 2 and a catch.
His new theme song is
Wait a minute. This is really weird. The Elgin from 2012 is calling me right now. Hold on. Hello? He said the San Francisco are going to blow a lead in the end here and win the game. What the hell? You're from the past. How do you know about the future? Anyway.
Elgin. I know you know the lyrics to the song already, but for those who don't speak Arabic, I'm going to read them off for you for a second. If they call me a terrorist, I would say it is an honor for me. Our terror is praised with divine calling. Our Prince the Mullah
I
did
don't
not
like this part
forsake
of the
his
show.
religion.
Hey, we're
All
going
the
to
soldiers have
we're
sold
gonna
their
lose.
souls to Allah. Our leader, Bin Laden, is America's instiller of fear with the power and faith of our weapons. We destroyed America with a civilian plane.
Oh my God!
Elgin,
Now it's a segment
not
on our
okay.
show where we lose one of our 2 followers. Are you serious?
It's not my fault. It's fucking Elge Cada.
Dude, I don't know how to use computers, man. Leave me alone. Stuck in a cake.
Yo,
And
you're
you're
good
messing
now.
up. You're supposed to be silhouetted so that you look like a Dateline,
I'm
witness
trying to put
protestant.
some color. Yo, man. Leave me alone.
Covers up his voice. He's like, I didn't mean to go to that girl's house. She said she was 23.
All right. So Elgin, what do you think of Matt Ryan? Is he toast? Is he toast or is he butter?
The question is this: can you count on him? That's the main question that we're talking about right now.
You can count on him, but for what? To be...
What? That's the question.
I'm worried about his line, so I'd be worried about him a little bit.
Well, okay. So what do you project him?
So there's
just
one
numbers-
vote for
not
worried
points
about.
wise, but well, dude, I'm worried about everybody who plays everybody. Stop it. I was worried about Dez playing fucking. When you play decent defenses, then you expect your offensive players not to do as well. That's sort of how fantasy football works.
But he didn't play a decent defense this week. That's
He
why I'm
kinda
saying
did,
there's
though.
more calls.
He wait,
The
which
Bears?
the Bears defense? No, they're not very good.
Okay, thank you for
But you know
clarifying
who
that
is
for a bit.
good? You know who is really good? Anton
Who?
fucking Smith, who just scored.
Yeah, he is good. Who doesn't get the fucking ball nearly enough. Wow, look at this.
Yeah,
Oh.
Anton Smith. Well, the thing about Anton Smith is he managed to get more carries this week, so that's good for him. He
got
managed
2
to get
more, right?
touches.
What did he end up with? 1.5?
He ended up with 6 up from 4, up from 4, up from 4, up from 4. So, it's slow and steady. I've been calling Mike Smith my drunk uncle all day.
There you go.
He just looks like somebody's drunk uncle. I don't know. He looks like the kind of dude that comes to Thanksgiving every
Mike Smith.
year and burns a house down. He's basically the Gus of fantasy football head coaches, and that was a crazy throw.
Wow.
Boy, he's coming back down.
Yikes.
Every
All right.
year, Gus, you come to my house and you
I
burn my
got a question
motherfucking
for you,
backyard down.
Do your bit, kid.
My
Yo,
bad.
you ever going to start Antoine?
What?
All right, I'm muting everyone. Elgin, Keith, do your bit.
I don't have a bit.
You've got the floor. Do the Gus bit. Come on.
Motherfucking Gus, you come to my house every year, you burn out my fucking backyard, making a fucking Frank. Look at Charlie over there with third-degree burns. Look at him. And later on, Charlie gonna be on Dave Chappelle and Love and Life. And when those third-degree burns, no one gonna see him, Gus. You know what, Gus? Your wife's a Bigfoot.
You know what?
She's hanging down at the bunker with El Cater right now.
She said, "Uni Gugu." I went to one of my friends. I said, "Jose, Uni Gugu." He said, "Get the fuck out of here."
Gugu.
Uni Gugu.
All right, we did the Gus one.
Uni Gugu.
And your kids are Bigfoot.
Yeah,
So-
and your kid's a Bigfoot too. Look at the kid over there. Got a bigger mustache than me.
What the fuck
Yeah,
is a
So,
Wait, no, Elgin. Before Gus came over, he answered a very good question. Elgin asked a good question.
What's that?
Okay, now let me read something to you real quick. Okay, let me read something to you real quick. This is called Name That Player. Okay, let's see if anyone here can name that player. And I know 2 people here know this player, so really this question's for Elgin. Okay, 13 attempts, 126 rushing yards, 9.7 average, 2 touchdowns. In the receiving game, 12 targets, 10 receptions, 220 yards, 22 average, 3 touchdowns, 1 fumble lost. 7th running back overall in our league. Name that guy.
It has to be Antoine Smith, right?
That would be the answer. Ding, ding,
That
ding,
would
ding,
be
ding,
the winner.
ding, ding.
And he's been on the
Ding,
bench
ding.
every single week, so who the hell
Right,
cares?
so
about him?
bad. No, that's the question. Now
Well,
we're back to
Elgin,
your
Jesus
question.
Christ. I mean, look, Elgin, I understand he's not on your team, and I understand he's on my team, but for 1 second, let's just pretend that I don't have a fantasy football team.
How
And
many people? I'll cut in real quick. How many people do you think really started and saw the points? He's only getting 5 touches. He's amazing, but you
Well,
can't
I-
start him until he starts getting double-digit touches.
wait, you can start him, though? Oh, well, here's the thing. I'm not starting him.
but
I'm not starting him, and everybody who has could probably say that, literally every running back, except for 6 or 7 of them in the league, he's had better games than in his limited touches. And look, I get it. He shouldn't. I can't possibly start him with six touches. It's just impossible. And right now with my running backs, he's a 4th option. Maybe. Okay, here's a question: Bobby Rainey or Anton Smith?
Rest of the season?
I mean,
Anton
week in and week out.
Antoine Smith every
Yeah,
week.
Anton Smith. Yeah.
He's getting 33%
As
more
a-
carries.
As a
Yeah,
flex
what
play,
do you, Belgium?
you gotta let it go.
I would put Antoine Smith ahead of him.
Okay.
Definitely.
Well, let me ask you a question: if Doug Martin is not playing or he gets injured, God forbid, or anything like that, like, is it still the same?
No, well, you gotta put in Rainey because I think Rainey has shown that he's the better running back, the best
Okay.
running back, and they keep.
I mean, it's just kind of a silly question to ask a guy
You
who's
gave
not
me-
getting
You
touches.
gave me a
That's
crazy eye, Elgin. You disagree?
No, just the whole thing about it is Antoine's on a much better offense. Like,
right. That's what I'm saying to even it out.
Brady
Like,
in Tampa Bay is like even if he did get the, I mean, he's going to have his games, but I would definitely rather have Antoine Smith get touches than the other way around.
Well, shit. If we're saying who is going to have 15 touches a game, who would you rather have? Obviously, the answer is Anton Smith.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm talking about in the current situation where
Mhm.
if they get their heads out of their ass and stop fucking putting Doug Martin out there,
let me ask you a question. Go ahead.
20 touches versus the 4 to 6 that Anton Smith is getting, who do you put in?
Say it again. That was a list.
4 to 6 touches from Antoine, or 16 to 22 for Rainey.
You know me, I take touches all day, Rainey.
Right. Okay. What were you saying, John?
I was going to say, I would take Rainey too. I mean, if you're going to say 15 touches, because I don't think Anton Smith is a traditional running back. That's the issue that I'm having with him. He catches the screen pass. He gets a couple blocks and he just runs in a straight line and he just outruns people. But I don't think he's a guy that you can line up and just run behind the line of scrimmage and have him hit the hole. I don't think he has enough moves for that.
I don't think he's a hole hitter, but I think he can run off tackle.
Yeah, but see, I think I'd still rather have Rainey as, like, all things equal. I think I'd rather have Rainey just because he's safer. and he's probably, and he's done it before. Whereas Anton Smith, did he do this last year? Maybe once or twice.
He did when he got his touches. That's the thing. He did. Like, his career average is fucking insane. You know what I'm saying? It's not the first time that he's done it. He was doing it.
He's also 29 too, so it's not like.
Well, again, they keep.
He's a young guy.
We had this conversation.
Yeah, I mean,
What's
they
that?
keep talking about the 29, but when you only have like.
Joe had this conversation about 29 and being around that long.
When you only have 35 touches on your fucking legs at 29 with a lot of talent, it's a lot different. And it's not like all those years he went down with some sort of injury. He just wasn't getting played. It's like,
I guess I don't see.
Fred
Oh,
Jackson's-
don't get hurt.
Whoa, Carla,
it's like-
did you see that?
Yeah.
That was like he almost tore his ACL,
It's
but
like
then stood
Fred
up and almost got a first down.
It's like Fred Jackson's 29 versus, say...
Watch, look at this.
Dude,
Watch this, Joe. Watch the replay.
Dude,
He went down, I guess.
yeah, he's fine.
Like, isn't that like,
Anyway.
oh, he's he was down.
All right.
Anyway, go ahead.
I need a better soundboard. Yeah, I don't even know what the fuck I was saying. Whatever. Watch the game.
It's about your boy
You were
Antoine,
talking
but yeah,
about Antoine
what do you think about Cat?
Colin Kaepernick?
That's a touchdown. Nah,
In
he's going
terms
out
of
of it.
what?
He probably should have slid.
Can he be
Stayed
a
up.
dependable top 10, or this is just everybody does this against St. Louis?
Yeah, is he top 10? Really?
I don't know. When I got him in our league, that's what I was hoping, but I've been worried ever since I've seen him play.
I mean, where is he in actuality?
Don't know. I'm
It's
thinking
got to be
probably
like 15.
yeah, around there, I would think.
He has 49 points in DOA right now.
Wow,
Yeah.
what's he doing? What's he got, a Hondo?
He's got 333, an 80-yard
Nice.
touchdown, 11, a 32-yard touchdown, and 37 rushing yards.
Jesus.
49.3. Wow,
Yeah, he's
Elgin,
down
your
there.
team's the best team, Elgin. I mean, even like if Brady goes
Are you
down, you
trolling?
got Kaepernick just to sit in, and then
I don't
if
even think there's no sort of trolling about it. He's got a fucking ridiculous squad.
his defense only got him 2 points and he scored $170. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
okay. So for those
There
not
you
in
go.
the know, and Elgin's probably gonna bow out of this exact conversation because, he doesn't know how to give credit to other teams, but he loves to heap praise on his own. So, so I mean, okay. So
That's
his
crazy.
team, and we're gonna mix it around a little bit. We're not gonna go usual. So his running backs. His number 1 and number 2 running backs are Arian Foster and DeMarco Murray. Doesn't
Oh, nice.
really matter who his running backs are after that.
Sure
No,
doesn't.
everyone is
Because they're not
starting.
getting.
There's
Confused.
literally if you have a one running back that you start, both of those guys, every single team in every league across America are going to start those two, probably 1-2 off the board.
No doubt.
Just as far as what they're doing this year. Arian Foster, he didn't play that one game due to injury,
Gotta knock that
hamstring
down.
thing. But since then, he's just been on fucking fire, and he's has that sort of injury history, and that's sort of his thing. But right now, and everybody knew this, when he is not hurt, the motherfucker is an absolute monster, top 1, top 2 sort of running back in the league. Then we've got DeMarco Murray, who just ran for his 6th straight 100-yard rushing game to start the season, tying Jim Brown's record. Did Jim
Brown.
stop at 6?
Jim Brown, yeah, next week if he does, it's the record.
It's the record, yeah.
Yeah.
So Jim Brown,
Next week if he
he's in
does it.
ridiculous company. If you look at the guys that did 5 games, it was Jim Brown, absolute monsters in the game.
OJ. OJ did
Yeah.
it.
OJ, Eric Dickerson like 2 or 3 times, et cetera, et cetera. So that motherfucker's monsterizing, and
He is monsterizing.
He's another cat that has sort of that injury label, and he's telling people to go eat that shit because he's in a contract year. Fuck your injuries. I'm pretty sure. Him and what's his face, Dez.
That will make sense.
So yeah, his top 2 running backs are insane. His backups are Crowell, Randall, Pierce. Like I said, doesn't really fucking matter. It doesn't. It's rhetorical. It doesn't matter. So his wide receivers are, and on face value,
these two idiots run into each other.
on face value, Calvin Johnson is hurt, but I mean Calvin's is one. Then he's got Steve Smith, Mike Wallace, Ruben Randall, Percy Harvin, Marcus Wheaton.
Percy.
Yeah, everyone hates Percy. Everyone hates CPAP. It's pretty much anybody who is one of those hybrid. What do they call them? Ball players.
The Tavon Austin, the guys that Dexter McCluster.
What, John?
Mm-hmm.
What did you call Anton Smith? A playmaker.
Playmaker.
He's a playmaker, and the problem with playmakers is, it's hard to put playmakers into the regular scheme of the offense, and
Or they don't get their neck broken.
Yeah. CPAP Schmear is out. I mean, he is probably the next cat off of my fucking team. I had enough. You give me the crazy eye, Elgin, and you can have CPAP.
I would think
He's the second most targeted guy, but he's just not getting open. That's the problem.
right, and I think he's got to give him a couple more weeks with.
Well, look, I'm not really gonna drop him, but I'm way fed up. Huh?
You dropped Vereen. That surprised me.
You know what? I had to sort of drop Vereen at the time. I mean, you wouldn't have probably dropped Brandon Oliver. At the time, you might have.
Right, probably, yeah, because he did. That injury didn't happen.
I mean, I could have probably dropped Bobby Rainey, but the thing is with Bobby Rainey is, I really do think he's the better of the two running backs, and I think he's closer. At the time he was closer to getting.
Why would you go for it there?
Number one running back.
Because they're going to back him up with that much time left, and they're up by 10. There's a flag though.
Dude,
the Rams were offside though. I think the Rams were offside. That's the sad part.
Dude, I'm gonna punch my computer and I'm gonna be off
So
the show.
real quick, I know I have a nice swap.
Dude,
We're totally offside.
All right. If you guys want to fucking watch the game, why don't you watch the game in a different fucking John? What'd you say, Elgin?
I do like my squad, but the trade that Keith made, having Drew Brees now, if he's the old Drew Brees, he's going to be trouble in our division.
All right, we're getting there. So back to Elgin's squad. So yeah, I mean he's got Calvin as his number one, which is really nasty. He hates Percy. Once Calvin, as a Calvin owner, do you wish that he does not? He doesn't play until week 11.
Week 10. I can't do 11, but yeah, after the bye.
I thought the bye was week 10.
No, week 9. It's bye native for all three of us.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so sit him 2 more weeks, let him get the bye, and then hopefully he comes back. Because, I mean, Roddy White's the perfect example. He tried to keep coming back, and it ruined his season last year.
Well, Joe and I talked about that, and we said that Calvin Johnson needs to take a page out of Roddy White's book and just, not be out there and just let himself heal. And he just doesn't want to do that. I mean, I understand, he's next year, but, I mean...
You think? They let him go?
Not for that kind of salary. And he's starting to get injured. I could see them making a change.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So wait.
Especially with Golden Tate there now, I can see them transitioning, getting rid of him, and shore up. I don't know, maybe some other receivers. Maybe get a running back that they can count on, because they would probably cut Reggie Bush loose too, and maybe keep adding to that defense and just changing their whole philosophy. I could see that happening.
Only way I'd be down getting rid of Calvin if you got a good wide receiver back and get the cornerbacks down. That's the only place I think is
There's
valuable.
no
His
way
contract
they're
is up,
trading fucking Calvin. Are you insane?
I didn't say
No.
trade. I said his contract is up. I'm saying his contract is going to be up. He stands to make a lot of money next year, and I just don't see them being able to afford him next year.
Well, they have the best chance of affording him.
They do.
In the NFL, your original team can offer you more money than anybody else. I mean, if he wants
I
to.
think that's basketball.
They got a personal foul for that.
Yeah,
Is it
but
just
they didn't get
basketball?
it first.
You sure? I don't think it is.
I'm not sure, but I thought
It was-
they could franchise
It was third and
him.
goal.
No, it was
They can
fourth.
franchise him, Joe, but I don't think they can
Right.
offer him more. But
Okay,
I mean,
well-
I could see him franchising him. No, I don't think they'll let him go.
Dude, I forgot they even had the franchise tag. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
we
you
played
think
on
they
a
would
couple years.
franchise?
Yeah.
What year in the league is Calvin right now? What's this, like his 8th or 9th year in the league?
Gotta be, because he's
Really?
29. He's 29, I think.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
he's up there.
I was gonna say 6 or 7, but I mean, it's sort
Well,
of.
okay, you're the Lions GM. What do you do? Do you franchise tag him and just?
I do if my team has a chance, I think. How do you justify to your fans if
Get
you
it.
think you have a chance, like, not re-signing or keeping Calvin?
If they got rid of Calvin, they wouldn't sell one ticket next year. I'm just saying.
I
Like,
guess you're right about
that
that,
is a good point.
especially
I mean,
for night games. It's
I'm
not like people
saying-
want to wander
alright,
around the
I
streets of
feel like an
Detroit
idiot
just to
saying one
see.
ticket, but they're going to sell significantly less tickets without Calvin on that team. That's all I'm saying. So I'd be
Eighth
shocked.
season. Eighth season.
Well, let me
Well,
ask you a
matter.
question. Let me ask you a question. If
I-
they let
no,
Calvin go, and
I agree. I'm just saying. I'm just.
if
letting
they
you
let
know.
Calvin go and pick up Des Bryant, you don't think
You
they
think
do
that's
that?
possible
Yeah.
to do?
No.
Well, if it's his contract, why wouldn't it be?
Jerry Jones ain't letting him go.
You think Jerry
I don't
Jones
see
is
that
letting
either.
Dez go?
If anything,
Hold on one second.
if anything, it's gonna be Calvin and Dez.
Oh, don't start with this. What's that? That's the damn one.
What? Calvin and Dez?
I could see Dez and Calvin on the same team and Romo being the beastiest. Cowboys win in the first week. Cowboys win 3 Super Bowl championships in one season.
In one season.
About to say Romo. I think he's gonna be in the league soon.
Yeah, I do too. Who do you got as a backup quarterback though over there?
Nobody.
Yeah.
Like literally nobody.
Well, that could be a problem for Dez.
Hey, if
I think he can make another
Well, I
year,
mean-
maybe two, but yeah, like when he took that hit against Seattle, I thought he might have been done.
who's that?
Who Dez?
Tony Romo
Oh yeah.
got blown up by that linebacker.
Maybe they'll get Johnny Manziel because Brian Hoyer's not giving that job up.
So okay,
That's who
wait.
Jarrah wanted.
All right, let's get back to Elgin's team real quick. Steve Smith, the old man,
guts.
is having blood and guts. The old man, grandpa, slap your face. The two-time KO champion of the Carolina Panthers. Through
Knockout Gamble. Who did he knock out?
some linebacker, I think. Linebacker and yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, everybody was sort of writing him off, even after last week when he didn't have a great game, and then this week he came back with a fucking
Wow,
furious
Look at that.
5 catches for 110 and a touch. He's a
So I have a
beast.
question for you. Do you he obviously can't maintain being maybe can he maintain being a top 5 receiver this year?
Who's that? Steve Smith?
16 games.
Yeah, because they don't have a running game to speak of that they can get behind.
Exactly, and I think
And,
he's
Kubiak is there, and he's never had a weapon like that. I mean, you could say Andre Johnson, but I mean, he's gonna
I
love
think
that.
Steve Smith is probably one of the most athletic and most talented, physically gifted wide receivers ever. And the way that he plays, he's still playing that at 35 as he was, at 22, 23. He might not be as fast, but he's still faster than everybody else. And he's still tougher than everybody else.
Yeah, he got that will.
You know what I mean? So, who knows with him? Mike Wallace is Mike. How did Mike Wallace do? I didn't remember.
He
Oh,
had
does. 60 yards and a touchdown.
67 yards and a touchdown. Yeah.
So he got
He
the
does every
perfect.
week.
He got the perfect wide receiver 3 numbers.
Yeah, that's what he's been. Yeah,
That's what
and
he's
it's
been, yeah.
really touchdown dependent though.
And me and Elgin, I'm not sure if we've talked about this on the show, but we sort of think about players. When you think about wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3, a lot of people want a 1, want a 2, want a 3, and when you listen to other fantasy football podcasts, they sort of they talk about having he's a nice wide receiver 3. Well, that's great and all, but I want a couple of the same way. I want my ones playing. I want 2 number 1s, so I can say my 1 is playing like a 2, and I want a wide receiver 2, a high number 2, as my wide receiver 3. 67 and a touch is not wide receiver 3 numbers in reality, but I think to us it very much is. That's the bare minimum that you want from your starting wide receivers week in and week out.
I'll see double digits, but it gotta be double digits close.
Yeah, 40 and a touch and up is wide receiver 2.
Wow, Crabtree.
That was a terrible play.
I know I should start.
The pass is too high. You think they go for it here? Oh yeah, 4th and inches are going for it.
We're not gonna get into BO just yet, but bottom line is, what'd you say?
You get into your squad, you might be having the most
unlucky.
Yeah, like everybody's average 160 on you.
Yeah, the average for the 6 games that I played this year was 148.9 points.
That sucks.
Yes, there's really nothing you can do in a redraft league when your opponents are putting up 15 points per game more than everybody else. Like the second, I took the average of everybody's years, and I did a subtraction, and it's 15 points per game that everyone else is getting scored less than me in a week-to-week basis. I still believe in my team. I still believe that I can pull out a 1 to 2 game sort of swing that, dude, I'm fucking speechless this year because I'm what can you do when you're dropping 125 points per game and you're getting 140 scored?
The thing is, though, you got Evan ahead of you, and you got Matty Bass. Those are your 2 people that you can possibly jump ahead of.
That I could probably catch, exactly.
Me too. My team, I don't understand why you guys think my team's that great.
Well, here's the other thing.
First of all, you're 3rd place.
Yeah, well, the one good thing about it is I don't have to. Yeah, shut the fucking mouth. Last week,
record is those 2 guys. That's all I'm saying.
Right now you do, but you have a better team. I know you wanted to hear it, so there you go.
I don't. My running backs stink. Who has the best? I know a guy that has 2 of the best running backs in the league, and he's on this call, and his team's the best team.
Yeah, we're just doing jinxiness. Move on.
Yeah. So
he knows if you turn this off, he's gonna be like, "I'm gonna catch that motherfucker." I know you got eyes on it.
I feel really bad for anybody which is nobody, who's been listening to what I've been saying about certain players, because them doing well isn't enough for me. It's just not. I'm fucking 183.4 points scored against me. What do you do? Brandon Oliver, 30 touches, had 125 total yards, 101 rushing yards, and a rushing touchdown. If anybody watched the second half of that game, that motherfucker looked as tough as anybody in the league. I mean, have you guys watched the game yet? I'm not even bullshitting. Have you actually watched?
I watched the game.
I watched a little bit of him, and he definitely is strong as hell, and he's forward. I didn't like looking down and seeing. Didn't he have like a 3.9 average per carry?
3.9 average.
Yeah, it was close. It was 3.9.
They actually the Raiders actually played a really good game, and he didn't bust out, and he didn't get any sort of breakaway options. They were very much keyed in on not letting him fucking light them up for 200. But he kept going. He kept moving forward. He kept hitting. He scored that. He punched that last touchdown in. Dude is fucking strong as an ox. If I keep hearing a Danny Woodhead roll, fucking cliche one more fucking time, my head's gonna explode. It's nonsense.
I do want to see what happens when Ryan Matthews comes back.
Well, I do too. But to call it the Danny Woodhead rule is an
I'll tell you what
absolute
happened.
insult to fucking
Ready?
Brandon Oliver. What's up?
Time out. I'm going to drop a nugget for everybody, okay? This is what happens when Matthews comes back. They split carries, maybe not 50-50. Ryan Matthews gets hurt. Brandon Oliver takes the job back.
That will be the typical top pick
Yeah,
script.
so it's going to happen. It's going.
I mean,
They're going to
okay.
split time.
So in all honesty, how many people on this podcast this week thinks that Brandon Oliver is going to quote unquote go into the Danny Woodhead role, which is essentially third down back / swing out, swing pass sort of running back?
No, I think that they definitely.
I think it'll be
split
like a
time.
50-50 split.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's too good of a runner, and yeah, like Danny Woodhead, it was like that's what he did. He caught passes. That's what he did. What was that?
That was Jared Cook missing a pass.
But yeah, he's too good of a runner. I'm just wondering if, honestly, is Ryan Matthews going to get his job back when he comes back?
That's what I've been saying, and I'm telling you, the answer is no, man. He's a free agent this year.
But why wouldn't they let him get his job? That's what I don't understand. Like,
why
because
wouldn't they? Because he hasn't done anything. Because if you look at his stats prior to him getting hurt, he hasn't done anything to warrant being worth the money towards at the end of the year. They don't necessarily have any sort of. They're not beholden to him. Mike McCoy didn't draft him. It's not his guy.
Okay.
But
yeah, but I
know.
mean, why does that mean that he won't get his job back? I mean, if you
Because
feel
he's not
like
the better runner. Because he's the inferior running back.
okay, like you got to stop with a minute. You got to stop with your slurp here for a minute and just think about it from a football standpoint.
What about the slurp? You put
Because listen, can I finish? Damn, you like get all like he's your kid or something. Relax. That's my son. Shut the fuck up, dude. Relax. This is what I'm trying to tell you. From a football standpoint, if the Chargers are in a position where they have right now AFC title, meaning like home field advantage throughout the playoffs, aspirations, they're not going to give Brandon Oliver all of the carries because it's just like I said with Dallas. I mean, it's like I said, I can see the headline if he gets hurt, derailed, because you wanna play it close enough to the vest that you already lost Woodhead, you have an injury-prone receiving core in Eddie Royal and Malcolm Floyd. Like if they lose either one of those guys from overworking them, then it's a wrap for them. That's what it is. So as they continue to pile up these wins and stay, ahead of Denver, because Denver's schedule honestly is going to get tougher, like I can see more of an even split. Now when the playoffs hit, then it's a different story. But from a football standpoint,
what do you mean from an even split? So you're talking about them trying to preserve their running backs. There's only one of their running backs right now that is sitting out with a sprained knee.
I'm saying when he comes back. I'm saying when he comes back, they probably
think. So when he comes back from a sprained knee, what makes you think that they're going to put pressure on him to split the carries?
Pressure on who?
Back from a sprained knee from Ryan Matthews.
You think they're going to give BO all the carries? You honestly believe that?
Why wouldn't they? No. Why wouldn't they ease him back instead? 50-50 to me implies 15 and 15.
Okay, 50-50.
I don't see 15 and 15.
But first of all, with Ryan Matthews, he's not coming back until he's ready because the way he plays, he's going to just keep steady. He's just going to get hurt. They're going to
he's got to test the knee and all that other kind of stuff. Like I get it.
And he hasn't even running.
But we're not speculating on that. We're saying Ryan Matthews healthy. Like we can't say, well, he might be healthy. No,
well, we have to.
All things, but that's a stupid argument. Yeah, of course, if he's not healthy, Brandon Oliver's going to get all the carries like he's had the last couple of weeks. But you have to look at it from all things equal. All things equal, it's going to be a 50-50 split, I think.
At least
you can't say, well, if he's hurt.
So wait. Here's the question. Here's my question. It's simple math. When he comes back, is it going to be exactly a 50-50 split? Do you think that they're going to give Ryan Matthews 50% of the snaps, or
maybe more?
I think maybe more.
More.
Yeah.
Game one.
Game
Let's take the
one?
bet.
That's
Let's
the
take the
look,
bet.
Game
people
one
say
sucks
that
for
Ryan
them.
Matthews isn't coming
We're
back.
talking about
Are you
overall
getting
going
paid?
forward.
Are you
Listen
getting-
to what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying.
Are you getting paid per carry for Brandon Oliver? Like, is he cutting you a check per carry?
Well, here's what I'm saying to you.
Because if he is, then I'll say yeah, he gets all the carries.
Here's what I'm saying.
Oh, Stevie Styles got hurt.
You say that he's going to get more than 50% of the carries when he first comes
I didn't
back,
say-
but
I
it's
didn't say
even
that.
out to a 50-50? That's
I
not
said-
how
I said-
fucking math
I said-
works.
I said all things equal, he's going to get 50-50 is what I
So
said.
what you're saying is you think he's going to be eased in, not get 50. So you say he's going at the end. The sum of this.
Okay, let me tell you what he's going to
If
be.
they
He's
end
going to
up
be
50
no Sean Moreno. He's going to be no Sean Moreno. Because Lamar Miller's been tearing it up when no Sean's been out. Once no Sean gets healthy and he doesn't have to wear the brace anymore, it's probably going to be like a 50-50 split like it was beforehand. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I think it's going to be.
I'm going to take that bet. I'm going to take that bet because you're basically saying that all things considered, at the end of the day, it's going to be a 50-50 split.
Yeah,
And
that's
I'm
what I
telling
think.
you that unless it starts off with a 50-50 split and ends with a 50-50 split, it's always going to be either above 50-50 or below 50-50.
Let me ask you a question
That
real
is
quick,
how
Joe.
fucking
Let me ask
math
you
works.
let me ask you a question. But let me ask you a question real quick. Wait a minute, real quick. Here's my question.
So if he gets
question.
20 carries in the first game, or if Brandon
That's the
Oliver gets
question.
20 in the first and 10 in the second, right now he's above. So
Okay,
you're
let me
telling
ask you a question real
to
quick.
to get, let me finish. You're
All right.
saying that to get to 50-50 at the end of the season, that it's going to have to flip somewhere where Ryan Matthews is getting 20 carries and Brandon Oliver is getting 10 carries. That's how averages work. That's how 50-50 works.
Okay,
So,
fine. If you want
you're
to say from an
telling me
average,
that if he's going to, you're either telling me that he's going to split 50-50 from the door, or he's going to get more, or he's going to get less. Which one is it?
I'm telling you he's going to get eased back in, but once he's healthy, it's going to be a 50-50 split. Like, why is that so hard to comprehend?
You're saying that it's going to end up being a 50-50.
Right. Meaning when they're both healthy. That's
So
what I
you're
mean.
saying,
Like,
so
don't
you're
be
saying
retarded.
week 16 it'll be 50-50.
Is Ryan Matthews going to be out to week 16?
No, I'm saying you said, let's say he's back in week
Okay,
8.
let's just
Let's say he's back in week 8.
But
Week
let's just
8,
cut
it's
the
not a
BS real
split.
quick.
Week 9, it's not a split. Week 10, it's getting closer to a split. Week 11, it's getting closer to a split. Week 12, et cetera, until it's a split, is what you're saying?
Yeah, can I ask you a quick question?
Is that what
If
you're
you're-
saying?
Okay, listen, it doesn't even matter what I'm saying because I just have to ask you a question real quick.
What?
No, because
What's the
because
question?
you're
What's the question?
the question is if you're an offensive coordinator, you're Mike McCoy, right? And Brandon Oliver gets more and more and more and stuff on tape, and people start to watch his running style, what plays they call for him, and all this other kind of stuff. Doesn't it make the Chargers easier to defend if they know that he's in there and what packages they put him in and what they like to run with him? Whereas if you mix it up a little bit and you start having Ryan Matthews or Brandon Oliver as a change of pace guy, doesn't it make him harder to defend that way?
Would it make it more difficult to defend if you don't have two guys that are running half the plays that you only have to fucking focus on half
We talk
plays?
about that all the
Because-
time, but that's why
listen to
teams
what
do
I'm
it, though.
Well, here's what I'm saying to you. Well, you keep fucking saying that. And I keep fucking illustrating many guys in the league who are getting way more than this 50-50 fucking split that you're talking about. You were saying the same thing about when fucking what's his name, West.
Mm-hmm.
When Tate was gone, you said when he got 50-50 split. And it was not a 50-50 split. Not in the first game, not in the second game, not even close. Now,
I never said
DeMarco Murray got 29 carries. You keep talking about him getting less carries. Define less carries. 26 carries, 25 carries. It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, there's only usually around between 30 and 45 running plays in a game. If he's getting 25 of them, he's getting the lion's share of those carries. Le'Veon Bell's getting the lion's share of those carries. Even Shady McCoy's getting the lion's share of those carries. Everybody, Forte gets the lion's share. I can go on and on and on and on and on. And the fact of the matter is, Ryan Matthews was not performing well prior to him going down.
He had a
wasn't
touchdown
before.
at 40 yards. He had a good game that first game. He got hurt. I like to also add about Ryan
wasn't
Matthews.
the
He was the
first game.
rushing leader over the last 6 games. He got hurt in the first game. He had a touchdown and like 40 yards, and he got hurt. I had him, believe me.
Yeah, in the last 6
games.
games of the season, he was having a good year.
Yeah, the last 6 games of the season, he was like the rushing leader over the last 6 games last year. You're acting like Ryan Matthews has just been a complete straight bum.
I'm not saying that he's a complete straight bum. I'm just saying that he's
You're saying that he's been a
enough.
bum enough to let a Brandon Oliver take
Right,
his
like
job.
Keep
And I don't
saying
see
keep
that.
saying
the way the
Brandon
NFL
Oliver.
works is they use everybody up. They use
And
every
he got
last
hurt in
fucking
week
chance.
2, by the way. He got hurt in week 2 versus fucking Seattle.
Okay, right, but I mean
So he
had a
played 2
touchdown.
games. He was averaging 3.3 yards a carry, and he was averaging 2.8 in the game that he got hurt.
What
I'm just
defense
saying.
did he play?
Cardinals and the Seahawks.
So aren't they pretty good defenses though? If
They're
I'm not
pretty good
mistaken.
defenses. They're pretty
Well,
decent defenses.
So you're saying Brandon Oliver would have been like just world beating them then?
Probably not San Diego, but they didn't
Well-
they didn't need him to world beat against. They won with
You wanna
fucking.
talk about Brandon?
They won with Donald Brown. And here's the problem. Look, here's the problem. You guys are talking shit about the fucking slurping and shit, but the bottom line is, you tell me a fucking running back that you'd rather have that got picked up in the last, let's say, 5 weeks, 4 weeks. Who would you rather have?
All right, I'll give you that.
Would
But
you rather
I'll
have
also
Andre
say this.
Williams? Would
No,
you rather
I'd-
have?
I'd say if you picked up a running back over the last 5 weeks,
Who'd you say,
and you
Elgin?
needed him to start,
I'll say he's a hot
bad for your team.
You say he's the hottest waiver pickup? Is that what you said?
Yeah, definitely. That could be like a legitimate. It's just there's one thing I want to say about Brandon Oliver. I'm looking at his average, man. 3.7 in one game off of 3 carries, 2.6 off of 9 carries against Jacksonville. Great game against New York Jets, and then 3.9 against Oakland, where they basically had him beat and they were just running the clock out. Like, I just think
who's
it's
this? Who are that? Wait, which
Brandon
game was
Oliver.
that? The Jets game, you saying?
Yeah, he had one. He had 6 points an average off of 20
Right.
against the Jets. All the rest are under 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, under 4 yards a carry, but the thing is that
Sounds like Ryan Matthews.
what's that?
so
Sounds like Ryan Matthews.
I think the difference is though that, well, you know what? You might be right because Ryan Matthews is sort of lays punishment into guys, and at the same time he also gets hurt a lot.
can I say
Yeah,
one
I
thing?
So that's
Definitely.
what's up.
Is there any way that we can get in touch with Brendan Oliver and have him sponsor our show since 75% of it goes?
Well, here's.
Should we go Brandon Oliver?
We might be able to get him on the show. He's that unknown. We might, if we lie to him and be like, "Yo, we got this big podcast, hang out on the Google," he'll be like, "All right, man," because he ain't got nothing better to do.
So here, hold on. Let me just meet these.
One last thing.
Last thing. There's no last thing. Stop.
One last thing. I think we can all agree. Wait, don't mute me. Just wait.
Here's
Can
the
you hear
thing.
me?
Here, I didn't mean to mute you guys.
Hold on. Just one last thing.
Here's the thing about fantasy football that people. I'm trying to sort of illustrate to the listeners who may be new to fantasy football. There are the sorts of guys in the world like Brandon Oliver and Cam Newton that can literally make and break your seasons. So for the problem that I'm having with everyone that's sort of not necessarily as big of fans as Brandon Oliver as I am.
Why would
All
you,
right,
idiot? The game.
dude. For fuck's sake, if you can you watch the game?
Game's over now.
Thank you. They're the type of guys that will win you seasons, and when the rest of the people in your leagues or the rest of the naysayers are not recognizing what's going on, you can take advantage of shit like that. I've been talking about fucking Brandon Oliver since the half. Elgin, you can acknowledge that I have been talking to you pretty much the day after Ryan Matthews got hurt, right?
Yeah, definitely. And you said he was the one, and I was.
He said he was the one, and there was a lot of running backs that got taken in those weeks, between weeks 2 and weeks 5, in week 6. and every one of them is not as good. And just hearing the narrative that's continuing on, especially in like the national scene, is ridiculous. It's hampering the potential of people to get the guys that are actually performing, not the guys that have a really cute fucking story behind them that is fabricated by people. Like the Danny Woodhead role. It's a sexy thing to say, but the reality is he's not Danny Woodhead. He's an actual running back.
And I hear you. It's just you gotta also calm down your expectations. Just realize that he's getting an opportunity while he's hurt. He could turn into something great, but Ryan Matthews is coming back, and he's a pretty good runner if he stays healthy. It's just going to limit his ceiling.
He's excellent in the keeper league.
Yeah, keeper league.
He's great in a keeper league, but nobody drafted him, so they're pretty much screwed, right? Or is that not how it works?
It depends on what kind of keeper. Cause,
it depends on what the league settings are. They might let you keep him for like a 15th round pick or something like that.
Yeah,
who wouldn't do that?
I think people are probably going to be surprised with what happens, and maybe less touches might actually benefit Oliver as well. It might benefit the Chargers to be able to use Brandon Oliver as a second-half running back and sort of put the pounding on. Because, like, literally every single play that he got tackled, he was delivering as much of a hit as he was getting. I don't know. I just see that it's sort of it's very rare to see somebody get 100 plus rushing yards and 125 plus all-purpose yards in their first two sort of games in the fold, and it seems to me that that's sort of very difficult to ignore at this point. If he shat the bed, if he ended up with like 60 and no touches, we probably wouldn't be having this conversation right now, and they'd be fucking knocking my dick in the dirt.
We would. You'd be telling us about how.
No,
just
I wouldn't.
wait till next week, man. Just wait till next week.
No, see, here's the thing. I at least try to be honest about my opinions of fantasy football. I don't necessarily base my opinions based on whether or not I have players. I like and I dislike certain players. I think Ryan Matthews might fall into the dislike category. Not quite what's his name? Steven Jackson-esque. But, I don't believe in Ryan Matthews. Ryan Matthews had a really good year last year, I believe. But I also think you have to look at the whole of his career, and DeMarco Murray is labeled as injury prone for whatever reason. He is not Ryan Matthews. I mean, is it fair to say that Ryan Matthews is an injury prone running back?
Yeah.
So
what did I say? I said he was going to come back and get hurt.
Wait,
I got a question.
Exactly. So you can call it as much slurping as you want, but the reality is I'm sort of using the history of the running backs, Ryan Matthews, as an indicator of where I'm looking.
Can someone explain to me why it's not intentional grounding when you spike the ball? I never understood that.
Because it's just the rule that they have.
That's the rules they have.
I understand, but I'm just saying, like, it doesn't make
I don't think
sense.
you can drop back, because you can't drop back and spike it, can you?
You're not
What's
allowed.
that?
You drop back and spike it, it's intentional grounding. If you just spike it, you're not out of the tackle box. You're just spiking it at the ground to stop the clock. Why is that legal, and why is intentional grounding? Sorry, random thought. I always wondered. I don't know.
Just like running backs could always face mask until this year.
They still can, actually.
Well, they still can.
That dude definitely did it yesterday. They were like, there was no grasp. He clearly had his finger. He clearly had his finger in there. Exactly. Yeah. Definitely. Everybody saw it.
God damn it. Yep, so I'm the only one at 1-4. Every one of the 2 and 3 teams managed to fucking win.
I told you. Yeah.
So brutal.
It's literally the unluckiest you could possibly get.
That's such a bad beat.
And the guy that's at 5-0, like, he'd have to lose every game, and even then, it wouldn't even matter. Like,
I think he lost this week, though, didn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know. Look at that. Okay.
I don't even know if I want a touchdown here or not. I'm not sure.
Fantastic.
For?
What am I clapping for?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Because I just won by like 1.5 points, and I'm 5-1.
Little side
All right,
note.
so
I was about to lose by
Okay, go ahead.
0.6. I was about to lose by 0.6 in a league because I had Zerline.
That's why I was pissed because he didn't go down because I had Tavon Austin going against
I
me.
was down 2 point whatever, and I was
Right.
like, "There's no way
I was like,
Zerline
you-
doesn't get 3 points."
Yeah, I was like, you
And I ended up,
fuckers.
that field goal
Just
gave it
kneel
to
and
me.
the game's over, you bitches.
But
101.84 to 100.
Is that why you were like, why'd you go down?
All right.
wait, no.
Yeah, that's why I was like, go down, you dick.
Last separate side note.
Right there.
I lost my
Elves, if
pick'em
you can see
league.
it.
I lost my pick'em league because of that pick 6.
That's a score right there.
All right. So as a okay, so can we try to not talk about the game that's on
All right, let's.
while we do the podcast? Because if there's nobody, first off, nobody can actually see this.
I'm gonna quote Yoda. Okay, do or do not. There is no try. So
All right. Well, then don't.
because we
then don't.
are trying to not talk about the game, but it still happens.
Yeah, I
We're-
know. We'll stop.
right.
We'll stop doing it.
Okay, well, don't use the word try. Is all I'm
Just
trying to
do
say.
not. Okay, do not talk about the game because no one that's listening gives a fuck about what is actually happening in a minute-by-minute basis. So Ryan Matthews' career. Don't make me find it just to mute you. Can you not? Ryan Matthews' career stats. He had 158 for 678 and 7 touches in his rookie year. Year 2, 222 yards, 1,091, 6 touchdowns, 50 receptions. 2012 probably got hurt again, 184 for 707 and 1 touchdown. 2013, which was his best season, 285 yards, 1,255 yards, 6 touchdowns, 26 catches, and he was playing this year 23 for 71, 1 touchdown, 4 receptions. Now, the one thing that sort of sticks out to me about those statistics is the lack of touchdowns, even in his 1,255 yard season. Is that something, or am I just also reading into the fact that Brandon Oliver has 3 touchdowns already in his like first 2 games? Not even talking shit. That's
I'm not saying you are. It's getting to be funny. That's all.
Well, I'm just saying he's got half as many touchdowns in 2 games than
like. What do you want us to say to move on to the next topic? Because we'll say whatever.
I just want you to acknowledge
because nobody's
going
to listen.
Isn't this fucking great as what you fucking said?
Ryan Matthews is a bum. I'd rather have Han Brolo. You're right. Brandon Oliver is going to win MVP as a league. Okay.
If there was a chance for me to kill Ryan Matthews and get away with it, I would do it for you.
That's actually very nice of you. Thank you very much.
Like people are going to stop watching because they're going to be like, this dude just talks about Brandon. You know who's going to watch? You know who's going to watch this podcast? Only
Brandon Oliver's mom.
The 20 people. Yeah, Brandon Oliver's mom, Brandon Oliver's girlfriend. You know what I mean? Brandon Oliver's pastor because he loves the Jesus, like you said, and the handful of people that actually have him on their fucking team. Like that's it. Like let's move on to the next topic.
Did you see Jaquez do that one dude?
What's that?
You see that one kid who was in high school down in Texas, and he was like all hyped up, like because we believe in each other. You never seen the one?
I think so.
It's
like a high school? Yeah.
Well, Jaquez Bell or whatever his name is did it like this Sunday. It was pretty funny. You gotta check it out.
What is so difficult with Joik?
I like Jaquez. I see the Q.
Joik.
You're retarded. I like Jaquez.
He's just gonna make up. He's just gonna. Sorry, Miss Bell.
I gotta point this out real quick. This is a very important stat. You ready? CBS keeps track of perfect lineups. I'm the only one in our league with a perfect lineup. And now I made it. Dun, 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 2. What? That was the Godzilla music. Dun, 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 dun. 2 perfect lineups. You know what that makes me? GM of the quarter season. So
that's it.
GM of the quarter. Wait, no, GM of the half season. That was week. What was with this?
Halfway through. Yeah, we're
Close
like,
to halfway through. Exactly. Just saying.
All right, so what are you guys gonna? Not like I can stay here much longer, but
What are you
like when you
talking
guys
about?
are
You're
doing
going to bed?
previews.
It's 11:49.
Dude,
How?
Stop it.
Dude, I gotta work tomorrow with my fucking regional manager, who's gonna make me clean glass and shit. In the morning, he's gonna be like, "Here, sweep the floor, Sonny."
Yeah, I gotta get up at 7.
You ever heard of coffee?
Huh? I did way too much coffee already. Well, I think my blood
I
pressure.
wake up at 7:30. I drive kids to a bus stop. Are you driving kids to a bus stop?
No, I'm riding my bike to work.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Ryan Matthews fumbled the ball 8 times last year. That's sick. That's a lot of
So
fumbles.
what? Like, are you gonna talk about waivers?
How many-
Like,
How many lost fumbles did he have though? That's the question.
8.
And DeMarco Murray fumbled the ball 8 times this year, and he's the #1 running back in the league. So,
That is
so
true.
and he almost had another one this week.
So it
which is
doesn't mean
funny.
shit because Ryan Matthews is now DeMarco Murray, right, John Miller?
No, Brandon Oliver's clearly DeMarco Murray.
If I had a
I'm
chance,
not going to fight you anymore because all you're going to do is just keep talking about it. As a matter of fact, right now, I would, if I had DeMarco Murray and somebody had Brandon Oliver, I would trade DeMarco Murray.
I would too, actually.
Rest
I
of
would
season,
too.
I wouldn't even care. I would. I'm telling you, just
15
to
fumbles
make
over his career.
just to
Already
make
had
Joe
one this
happy.
year. He had
Everybody
one
out
fumble.
there, you just know that
You know
it's
what?
really,
You know what's an interesting stat?
Hold
Brandon
on, just
Oliver. You know what's an interesting stat? Brandon Oliver has never given up a fumble in his entire fucking career. Literally in all of college. 4 years of college.
okay.
well, I missed a Brandon
College
Oliver Saturday
and
night.
four
he
games.
never fumbled ever.
Never fumbled.
He
ever.
never
Not
fumbled?
once.
That just means he's due, right?
He never even dropped like.
That's how we'll go.
Just
never
means
even
he's
dropped
due.
like. He never even dropped like any.
You know what else
like,
you know what
glass
else he
on the
never
ground
did?
Ever. He never dropped anything in his life.
Nope.
He also never
Okay.
led the league in rushing.
He usually like hacky sacks it back up to his hands.
Can you talk about somebody else? Is
Right.
is Tom Brady back?
Does Brandon Oliver have a brother that you're scouting?
I haven't. That's actually a good idea though. He's from Florida, so
No, let's
Yeah,
talk
he's
about.
probably
That.
got it.
I
he's
like
got that
Tom
Florida
Brady.
blood. I
You
think
should
Tom
talk
Brady
about all kinds of
might
dollars.
possibly be back.
Really? You believe he's back? Like you honestly believe it, or you just?
Well, I think he's back because if Gronk's back, then he's back.
That's what I was thinking.
So you're saying it's only Gronk?
Gronk is Grammyian in that, you know, they can make shitty wide receivers.
What are you doing?
Nothing. That
That
was
is not happening again.
an accident.
Well, I'm just going to mute him until he figures out what's going on. With Gronk available, I just think that he makes the team into a fucking super squad. He makes really bad wide receivers like Brandon LaFell just have sort of looks that he's not used to, you know, like being wide open because everyone's triple teaming Gronk.
And do they go back to throwing more now that Ridley's down, or
Yeah.
and then they have Rainick pass out more, or Brandon Bolden?
I think they're going to probably still try to run the ball a little bit. They have to. It just sets up everything. They can't just be one-dimensional like that, can they?
Sorry.
I would think not. It's going to catch up to him eventually.
Especially with Brady with a bad ankle and stuff like that. They'll start pressuring him and try to make him move around.
Yeah. All right. So I think.
But you
this
know
is
what,
probably
though?
gonna be
You know
the
what, though? If Brandon Oliver was on the Patriots, that would be an awesome team.
No. But the guy
Actually-
on the practice squad is good.
They would
right?
be beasting right now. Because you know what? He doesn't. Unlike Stephen Ridley, he does not fumble. And he's never
What
fumbled.
were you saying? Who on the practice squad, Elgin?
The boy Gray, didn't they like him before?
Gray.
I think that's his name. He's on the practice squad. They were talking all about him. Or was it White?
There you go.
James White,
Dude,
who's slow as shit.
You're not even like dyslexic. Your brain literally picks the wrong thing, knows what
Yeah.
it's talking about, and picks the most wrong.
You'd have been
thing
better off
possible.
saying Brandon
Talking
Oliver.
about
I'm gonna
fucking
quote
James
something
White.
right now. This is all me, trademark. Stop being e-tarded. Just made that up. Thank you.
Dude, I'll
You
come
did
over
not
there.
make that up.
Little short little
I made
fucker.
that. Elgin,
So
did I-
so wait a minute, real quick, Keith. If E is being E-tarded, is Joe being B-tarded? for Brandon Oliver.
I'm being BO-tarded.
You're being B-tarded is what
I
you
think,
are.
listen,
because-
look, this is in closing to Brandon Oliver, so everyone out there who was actually listening, which I doubt anyone is at this point, except Brandon Oliver's mom, him, and his girlfriend, I think we can all agree
And Jesus. And
that
Jesus.
BO doesn't stink. All right? Can we move the fuck on now?
Dig
Yeah,
it.
you see it?
yeah, let's
BO
move on. BO doesn't stink.
stink.
We'll get him T-shirts and stuff like that.
So, Elgin, does Brandon, not Brandon.
See? You couldn't even do it.
Oh my God.
Couldn't even do it.
Yeah, I
You
know.
couldn't even do
I
it.
literally
You couldn't
got
even do
1 second into it, and
You know what's going to
had
happen. You know what's going to happen, right? You're going to be on the next
explode
flight.
his knees.
This is what's going to happen. You're going to be on the next flight back to PA because you're going to fuck around and slip and call Shay Brandon Oliver, and it's going to be it. It's going to be. I'm like, who the
No,
fuck is Brandon?
what's probably going to happen, what is more likely, is that he's going to get.
You're going to kick her out and move him in?
He's going to get Johnny Knox, Joe Theismann, and I don't know, Ronnie Lotted all at the same time. So he's going to get his thigh broken. He's going to get his back bent over backwards, and he's going to have to cut off a thumb.
No, that'll be a fun
Still
show.
he's still going to finish with
I bet.
135 all-purpose yards and 2.5 touchdowns.
In his first 2 games.
And it's a half a touchdown because he's actually going to kick a field goal. Ship it.
Wow, he's awful.
He's a beast. All right, so Ben Tate. Ben Tate, Elgin, does he still stink?
I didn't say he stunk.
You did.
Didn't.
John Miller, no, I'm just joking. John Miller, is Isaiah Crowell still going to get that 50-50 split, or are they currently in a 50-50 split, like what you think is going to
Well,
happen
we
in
know it isn't right now,
San
but
Diego?
I think Kroll will still get some more carries. I think he will.
Well, some more you know how he gets some more carries? He gets
What?
some more carries by Terrence West getting fucking healthy scratched. That's how
Yeah.
he gets more carries, not eating into Ben Tate's carries. They gave him all of Terrence West's carries. That's
Mhm.
how it happens.
Mhm.
That's a more realistic sort of narrative to me than the alternative.
they
Because
lost
the
their
difference.
center.
And here's
I don't think I've ever said 50-50 split. I said Crowell's going to eat into his production.
Yeah, kind of did though. Yeah,
Okay,
kind of
well.
did. But
I mean,
but
kinda, or did I?
Well,
Did
but
I say
here's-
50-50, or did I say he's going to eat into his production?
Well, when I say kind of, I'm
Production.
saying that you did. You said they were going to split carries. That to me, that sounds like 50-50 to me. But I think the difference. So like, here's the thing. Let's sort of create an alternate universe for you, Keith. I got one for you. You ready?
Or Brandon Oliver's God.
Yeah.
No. This has nothing to do with Brandon Oliver. Let's look at.
That's the
Okay,
universe I
I'll
live
take-
in now.
All right. I'll just mute that. So Keith, let's just say that when Ben Tate was out, and this is for you too, Elgin. When Ben Tate was out, and Isaiah Crowell and or Terrence West just went off for the 3 or 4 games that Ben Tate was in. What do you think would have happened? Do you think the same thing would have happened where, Ben Tate gets 22 carries and they get
I'm
13 or
confused.
so
You're
carries?
saying if those guys went off?
If one of the two of them went off while Ben Tate was out, what do you think would have happened? Like two games in a row before he came back from the sprained knee. Do you think they would have given them more carries or
I think
no?
it's like it is in most situations, and it's. I'm sorry to say it, but even with San Diego, coaches they have their starting rosters. If somebody goes down from injury, I really truly don't think they believe they lose.
It's rare that they're gonna just yeah.
Even if they did, I think, and you get your job back.
It's
They
not
like
even that
that
you get
thing.
your job back. They need bodies to fill these spots. They can't. Running backs can't carry the ball fucking 40 times a game. They don't carry. DeMarco Murray's on pace to literally be like bleeding from his organs by fucking week 16.
Say one thing,
You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be like, doctor, what is this? Remember that scene from Any Given Sunday where like the dude where LT's bleeding from
He
his
just
nose?
needs one more tackle. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, I mean, I'm just saying that no matter what, Ryan Matthews is getting carries. Is it going to be 50-50? Who knows? And that's another thing. It's a game-by-game basis. One game, Brendan Oliver, they might give him 60% or 70%. Then the next game, it's going to switch. Then the next thing you know, you're going to be like, where's Brendan Oliver? Ryan Matthews in the whole game. And Ryan Matthews, typically, I had him last year, he takes himself out of the game a lot, and they move him out anyway. So the bottom line is, Ryan Matthews does a lot with not many touches anyway. I think it's more a production of you could put a lot of guys.
285 was a lot of carries last year. 285 is actually a pretty decent.
Yeah,
No, that's really good. Well, he finally didn't get hurt. It was like his first year. He saw Wolverine's guy. He got like adamantium. But that shit wore off or something.
285 is really only 17 carries a game.
Exactly. See, you're doing math now.
Good.
I've been doing math the entire time. 16 carries per game is
When did you ever do math?
when I was trying to explain what averages are and the rest of and cumulative effects on averages in a game-to-game basis. Yeah. So anyway, that's Ben Tate. Ben Tate had 26 carries, 25 carries for 78 yards and 2 touchdowns. Pittsburgh.
Oh, Pittsburgh's bad now.
Yeah, Pittsburgh is bad. Tennessee isn't all that great either. And Ben Tate plays Jacksonville next week.
Probably a good matchup for him.
Has anyone actually lit up Jacksonville on the run this year?
No. Not really.
Nah, I don't think so, but I'll let you remember. I know Shady didn't.
Yeah, I'm trying to look. Redskins, he didn't hit him up, did they?
I know Shady didn't. That was so fucking trolly. That was the trolliest comment I ever heard in my life.
It kind of was.
Maybe it was the Redskins, maybe? Did Alfred Morris do anything? Or maybe the Colts. Do you remember if
I don't think anybody lit them up
Bradshaw?
on the ground.
I mean, Bradshaw.
No, you know what Bradshaw did? Bradshaw did something against them. What was that, week 2, right?
Yeah. Alfred Morris had 85 and 2 touches.
Yeah, that's decent.
Yeah, that's. I mean.
So, but I just, and I don't know how bad it's going to affect them, but Tate, they lost their center.
Yeah.
They just resigned him, dude.
Broke his fibula and something. Top 5 center in the league. Not good. Their offensive line is still pretty nasty. So I think we'll see. That's actually.
I think Ben Tate's my
question.
high
He had a
player of
good
the week,
point.
though, for sure.
Yeah.
What could you get from now?
You can get a lot for Ben Tate. I would give up probably.
Like an Andre Ellington or a.
The only person I wouldn't give up is Brendan Oliver at this point. I wouldn't give him up for.
Y'all killing me. Yo, it's my bedtime. I gotta get out of here.
What do you mean bedtime? It's
12 o'clock.
Yeah, it's midnight. And I told you, until the game was over.
That's right. I forgot. You guys are tuckered out and shit.
But I
All
think
this
I can
Brandon
get on
Oliver
now.
talk is making me tired.
No, wait. We got to finish it off with a bang. We got to have like a good going out. What are we going out on? Come on, one last thing. What do you got?
Let's say BO on 3.
Around the
Bradshaw.
horn.
Wait,
We're
just
like
real
around
quick.
the horn.
Bradshaw
No.
and Richardson.
No, we're doing a
Relax.
little mini around the horn where you
Relax.
chill out, Max. You can mute us and give us points.
I will. Relax.
If you don't like what I
Lamar
say,
Bradshaw and Trent Richardson combined for about 120.
you got to keep us on the time limit, though.
On the Colts. What's that?
You just got to go like
All right, go ahead.
Elgin John.
What's the bang? Okay, go at it with the bang. What do you got to say, Elgin?
You're around the horn. You ask us questions. He answers. I answer.
Wait,
then you
what's
give us points, and then we go on a face-off battle at the end. Let's go around the horn, us motherfucker.
All right.
It's all based, it's all based on who you give the points to. You gotta, but you also, when you do it, you gotta go plicka, plicka, that little sound.
Elgin. Okay. Okay. Here is the round one, round the horn.
You gotta come up with like what, 3-4 questions, and then.
Yeah, I will.
If
I'm thinking of one question. Shut the fuck up. Answer it, and then I'll fucking vote on it. Shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ. All right, Elgin.
Right.
Name. Who do you think? Name me a black wide receiver better than the other black wide receiver, DeJordy Nelson. And name 3.
Name 3. Julio Jones and Des Bryant
This isn't
And
an
I don't
opinion
think
question.
Dez
You
Bryant's
can't answer
better.
that question.
I got to put the white boy up there, man. He's on the top 3 now.
Yeah,
Wait,
he's
did you
up
just
there.
put him number 3 behind Dez and Julio?
And honestly, I really might put him ahead of them. Yeah, like I was watching the game against Miami. And it's like, will y'all please stop putting Grimes on him one-on-one? Like something bad's about to happen.
He was killing them.
Cat's got to stop disrespecting him. Like he's tough.
So wait, what are we naming? The
Top
top
three.
3 receivers? Is that what your question was?
No.
Black and
I'm
blue.
asking him. I'm asking him for a black wide receiver that's better than name all the black wide receivers in the NFL that are better than Jordy Nelson.
All right.
And okay, so he went only 2. John Miller.
I'm going to say this year it's probably only Antonio Brown.
I can't even put Antonio Brown there.
Nope. Me either. So Antonio Brown.
Are you
and
talking about?
Jordy?
Wait a minute. Are you talking about fantasy points or just like?
No, I'm talking about fucking wide receivers.
Oh, okay. Well, I think it's Demaryius Thomas, Julio
But how about
Jones.
Daenerys? Yeah, Daenerys is the third.
Demaryius Thomas, Julio Jones, and
Come on, put my boy on there.
it's got to be who? Dez?
That's what I'm saying.
I think Dez and Jordy are like the same at this point. I think those are 2 guys I'm going with. I'm going with Demaryius and Julio. Antonio Brown has probably got to be in there too, though. I mean, if Roethlisberger wasn't so bad, I mean, look at the 2 quarterbacks the other guys play with.
Exactly.
So
And you know what? You're over your time limit.
I think pound for pound.
You're over your time limit. All right.
That's fine.
And this is what I'm going to tell you.
All right. So wait.
This might be the most racist thing ever.
Wait, wait a second. He just named half the NFL. So
Exactly. And you know
name
what?
3 people.
No, I'm going to go against him. He lost points on that.
Wait. Let me just get a recap on him. He said Dez. He said Antonio Brown. He said
You just hit your little thing. You go,
Demaryius Thomas.
boop, 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 boop. How many points has he got? I'd give him
just
like
named-
1.5 if I was you. Listen,
Dude, shut up. You
No.
guys there's only 1
Demaryius,
point. I'm only
Antonio
giving
Brown.
up 1 point right here.
yo, you don't know how this game works.
It's your
Have you ever
turn.
seen Around
It's
the
your
Horn?
turn. Go.
You are the worst around the horn.
Well, I would have
fucking
negative.
MC.
He would have had negative 45.
Thank
Go.
you.
Your
Thank
turn.
you. All right, this is what I'm going to say. 0. And I'm not being racist. Jordy Nelson, best receiver this year, right now, as we're going. Better than any of the other ones. I'm going to tell you why. Quarterback. He's got the best quarterback. Ben Roethlisberger stinks. Antonio Brown, he's good. I got him on my team. You know what? Pooh, shoe fly. Don't want to see you no more. Go eat some cheeseburgers. Next, who are we talking about? Des Bryant, Tony Romo. Hate him. Got him on my team. Stinks. Shoe fly. See ya. Here's what I'm saying. Aaron Rodgers, best quarterback out of all of them, which makes Jameer Nelson, whatever you want to call him, Janny, whatever, number 1 receiver in the game
Jordy.
right now. Jordy
He's
Nelson.
silent.
End all. That's what I'm
Say
saying.
that.
That's
That's
my
true.
final thought right there. I want to hear ding.
Yeah, he definitely dinged it.
Exactly. Oh my
I
God,
would-
I should be around the
honestly-
horn for real.
Honestly, the answer for me is 100% Jordy Nelson. For quarterback, for the fact that he is like, have you guys noticed every time he scores a touchdown, he is wide open?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
But
not.
I'm saying right now, y'all are crazy. If you're trying to tell me you wouldn't take Demaryius Thomas with Peyton Manning in that system,
That's the only other person maybe, but
Well, I said
I
to
think-
But here's the
Such a good
thing. Well,
point
here's
for
the thing. Well, here's the
you
thing.
named 17.
All-
You named
here's
every
the thing.
person you can
listen,
name.
Listen.
He said black
Here's the-
ones, so I was giving you the
Here's
black
the
one.
other thing. Demaryius Thomas isn't even the best Thomas
he
on his
definitely
team.
did.
Oh, damn, he went there. Not the best
Demaryius
Thomas.
Thomas isn't even
He's
the best
also not a
Thomas on
receiver
his team.
either, so let's
But
make
that's
it
my
as we
point.
go
There's
along.
one guy that has 9 touchdowns and the other one who has like 3 or 4.
Doesn't matter. You said who's the better black
Guys,
receiver?
what do
is
you
said.
mean? Wait, what are you saying?
Didn't you say who's the
I'll
best
put it
black
He's
right now.
not
receiver?
even the best Thomas on his team. End of
That was
story.
that to do with
I said he's not the best Thomas on his team.
Hashtag not the best
You
Thomas.
guys are ridiculous.
All right.
Whatever.
All right, no,
Well,
next
look.
question. Next question.
Julian Thomas isn't putting up 200-something yards and like 80-yard
It's one
touchdowns.
game.
No, he's just getting 3 touchdowns a game.
I guarantee if we check the points right now,
He up like 25. He started off slow with Daenerys. Give him 4 more
Julian's
games.
got 2 touchdowns per game, it seems to me.
Put on, let's
He's got
just
9
get more
touchdowns
bet
in
going.
6 games.
Who has more points? Who has more points the rest of the year, Denarius or Julian Thomas?
See, now, Max, this is when you're supposed to mute people for just because they keep yammering.
Yeah, it's a good point. That's a good point.
I don't want to tell you how to do your job, but I'm that one white guy that talks all the fucking time.
All right, so you know what? I'm gonna say Keith is in the lead right now with 5 dings. Elgin is in the lead with. He's not in the lead. He's in second right now with 3.5 dings. I give him half a point for at least acknowledging that a white wide receiver is in the top. Anything in the wide receiver in the basically the skill position positions. All right. So yeah. Oh, and Johnny Miller, I'm gonna give you. Look, I'm going to give you two dings for at least putting Denarius Thomas in the discussion before, Elgin sort of backtracked. And I'm taking a half a point from Elgin for backtracking and calling him fourth instead of the third that he gave him before he said Denarius Thomas.
You could do that, but I agree.
So it's like 4-2-2 right now.
I like it.
Question number 2.
Wait, hold on. Okay, I had to breathe. I was getting ready.
What time you guys go to work tomorrow?
I gotta wake up at 7.
Let's see.
Next question on the road here.
You act like you're gonna go right to your bed and go to sleep. Who the fuck does that?
From here on out, who is the best rookie wide receiver? Who's the most valuable rookie wide receiver to have here on out?
Ooh.
I think Beckham might be.
John, you're first. We're going with you first, John. Yeah.
Best rookie wide receiver to have here on out has
I know
got to be for me. Kelvin Benjamin, because he is the only horse in town, and Cam's just going to get better. They can't run the freaking ball, so I'm going to go with Kelvin Benjamin as the best rookie. I think. I can't
even lie.
Okay, I like it. That was a good one. You're under pressure, Keith. Who is going to be the number one?
The number one rookie receiver.
Rookie wide receiver.
I mean, honestly, for my money, and he's on a worse team, honestly, and this is, I'm more gambling than him, but I like him better, Sammy Watkins. Honestly, I think he's I think he's a monster. If you give him a quarterback, eventually he's like,
he's got a quarterback.
Really good. I think
I'm just talking about the rest of the season.
Yeah, I know. I gotta go see. I gotta
come up with a quarterback in the next.
Well, who the fuck else am I going to go with? I like Sammy Watkins. I'm going with Sammy Watkins. They're both close in points. I don't know exactly.
Okay.
I mean, we can check the points just to see.
Just from here on out?
Yeah, from here on out. You got to pick the rookie of the year wide receiver wise.
I'm going to go Odell Beckham. I think he's going to take Cruz's spot, and he's going to provide a burst for him.
Way to go out on a limb there.
Yeah, well, he already said that, so I couldn't steal it from him. You know what I mean?
What's that?
I couldn't steal...
Odell?
Yeah, I wasn't going to steal it.
No, he said he's going to take Cruz's spot. I said, way to go out on a limb for that.
Well, he is going to steal Cruz.
Oh, you get the joke I did there? Way to go out on a
limb? Bonus question. Justin Hunter, any thoughts on him as in terms of any of the three that you had mentioned? Yeah.
Me first. If Mettenberger was the quarterback, then I would say Justin Hunter because I hate the other two guys, and I also hate Ken Wisman. I think he's a fraud.
I think
Ken Wisman is a fraud.
I mean,
I just think their coaching staff's a fraud. Like they have a bunch of talent.
Like, if the Hurt Locker comes back, I don't know. I think he's in a bad.
I don't even like.
I think he's in a bad team, bad situation. Honestly, Justin Hunter. I'm not saying he's not good. He's tall. You know what I mean?
I would say Justin Hunter is
not on that team. I say not on that team. It's not happening for him this year. That's what I would say if I had to guess.
You're saying Justin Hunter no, and you said John Miller. What'd you say?
I said no. If he had a better, if Mettenberger was at quarterback,
if anybody was a quarterback that didn't stink, maybe
not Charlie Whitehurst. What about Locker? What if Locker comes back?
His name's Whitehurst. Is there a more racist name than that, other than Riley Cooper?
I'll say
And
no on
Elgin,
100.
and Elgin, you're with a no also?
Yeah, inconsistent quarterback play.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's like fifth or
okay.
sixth on that list for me, Joe. There's like two or three guys I'd rather have.
Such as?
Jordan Matthews, probably because of the situation. And I don't think the racist is that great.
Is Jordan
I like
Matthews?
Jordan Matthews.
Did Jordan Matthews do something this week? I wasn't really paying attention.
He's
He
kind
could've
of
been
I
on
wasn't
the
doing
edge.
shit before.
I know.
Matthews
I'd
like
also
a
rather have, and I'd also probably rather have John Brown of the Cardinals. I think it's only a matter of time once that passing game gets rolling that you're going to see him running down the seam and catching bombs.
I don't think Carson Palmer's good enough anymore. I think he's done, honestly. I think Carson's
His arm is shot.
His arm is
That's
shot.
for Brown.
Carson's
And
out
that's
there.
Okay.
Brown.
So what about Cooks? Where do you see Cooks?
PPR only.
I mean, he's on a team. He's got a chance. I hope he does well because I have Drew Brees now, but I don't know. I mean, he could.
He's not nearly as shifty as
He's going to get a touchdown or two here and there because you know how that team is. It's like every week there's a new guy. Back in the
He
day,
hasn't
like
had one since week 1 though. That's the problem.
he's going to get at least like 3 or 4 more. I don't know if we'll finish in the top 5. I like
Where
my
do you
boy Sim.
where do you put Cook in terms of Cook and Hunter? That was the question.
We're
I
talking
got
only
Cook
rookies,
way
right?
ahead of Hunter.
Yeah.
Rest of season?
I got Cook way ahead of Hunter.
Yeah, I agree.
For
Definitely
the rest
way ahead
of the
of him.
season? Really?
Definitely.
Non-PPR?
Yeah.
I don't.
Non-PPR
yes,
is it's close because Brandon
gonna
Cooks
say.
just catches a lot of underneath stuff and doesn't really get deep, and Justin Hunter can make up his production on like 1 or 2 plays, and he's done it already. So rest of season is close because I don't think the Saints are a passing team anymore. But I've said that on the show.
Where is Brandon Cooks' burnerness that everybody talked about? He hasn't. I haven't seen many deep balls to him in any way, shape, or form.
No,
I don't think he can get deep. I don't think he can get deep. Yeah, and Stills is inconsistent.
Yeah,
I actually went to.
He's been dropping
I went
a lot
to,
of balls. For sure.
I went to college with a girl that he know, and she said he cannot get deep. Do I lose? Is that a down thing or an up thing for that one? I'm just wondering.
You actually lost all your points and everyone else is around you. So you're at like negative.
Real quick,
16
as
or
far as
something.
Brandon Cooks,
That was pretty funny though.
I'm just looking at. He does just get a lot of 11 targets, 9 catches, 50 yards, 6
He's going to
targets.
eventually get it. He's a rookie.
I mean,
Yeah,
see
I
how
think-
hard that is? 9 catches for 50 yards? That's some
Yeah.
Edelman shit.
That's hard. Like, he's got to
Definitely.
try. But that means that it seems like Breeze only kind of trusts him in those, like, short little spots for first downs, I guess, and shit like that. You know what I mean? For little, or just, like, little kind of, like, getting the drive started kind of shit.
But the thing is, to me, that is sort of telling in 9 carries and 50 yards in a Brandon Cooks versus someone who like Julian Edelman, which I was sort of joking about, is that, you expect someone like that to have 9 catches and take one at least more than 4 yards. And they're not going more than 4 yards. They're going 4 and 3 and 5 and 7 and 5 and 4 and 7, and I've got 50 yards and 10 catches. You know what I'm saying? So that's sort of the only thing that I worry about. Just not analyzing, play by play and what he's doing.
Yeah, I like the targets and
Yeah,
that
I got some game tape I still got to watch on Cooks, but
Wow.
Yeah, I actually really do, but
I know that app is sweet. I'm gonna end up wasting $70. But all right. So wait, at this point, we got to be all pretty close, right? This is it. Final battle.
yeah.
Got one more question in the final heads up between whoever. I mean, look, I know what's gonna happen. I've played this role before. The white guy's gonna get muted. Everyone else gets to talk. Everyone's like, ha ha ha, the white boy can't talk.
I mean, all these questions.
Just feel like a white dude on the show.
All these wide receiver questions have been.
Did you just say white reception?
All these white
Oh my
receiver.
God.
All these white receiver questions. No. Okay. Who is the someone? The winner of this one is gonna get $5.
$5? I want instead.
$5.
Can I have a fake
PayPal.
belt that says like championship? That's all I want. You could probably get one for 5 and below, so it's kind of the same thing. I'll pay for shipping. Go ahead.
$5. Actually, I'm just joking. I didn't come up with one. It's got to be.
I gave you time.
I know. Yeah, you should have kept talking just a little hair longer. All right. Upset of the week. And why?
Set of the week. Regular football here question, right? Is that what you're saying?
Regular football. All right, we're gonna go, and I'm just gonna run down the games. So
We could pull them up, I think.
Yeah, we can pull them up. I got them right here.
Elgin,
Looking at 'em.
yeah.
I mean,
Elgin, I don't
we all
want
have
Elgin pulling them
Elgin.
up.
You don't want to trust
Oh,
Elgin to
no.
like, try to find like the games.
Whatever.
He's like,
man.
how do I get to the next week? It's not.
He's like, I don't
What are
have.
these numbers at the top?
He's like, I don't have another computer to do a search on. It's like,
And how are you picking up
every
such
time
point spread? Or
we open up browsers, we open up tabs, and he opens up actual laptops for each one of his searches.
No, y'all
Wait,
are just
here's a question: how's an upset of the week work? Like, how do we know who's supposed to win? Technically, is it one of
Yeah,
those things where you just?
is it by
I
point
guess
spread
it-
or record?
I'll evaluate whether it's an upset and or not. How about
All
that?
right. So have a backup one is what you're saying.
I got a couple right now. I'm gonna be like, wow, I'm gonna look like a gene. Yeah, wow, Dallas plays Giants next week. That should be a good game.
Ooh, okay. How about you all have to have 3,
All right, fine.
and then whoever has the highest points gets the $5.
I got all 3. Wow, I got a bold one. Bold. Who's going first? Me?
I'll go because I'm going to fuck about. Raiders beating Cardinals at home.
He took mine.
Wait, Raiders
The Raiders
over Cards.
over the Cardinals.
Okay, that definitely classifies.
I got Carolina going in and beating up on the Packers because I do not like the Packers defense. And the last one,
Wait a second. I'm not necessarily sure I would call that an upset.
Yeah, the Packers
in
defended
Lambeau.
touchdown.
What's that?
Yeah, exactly. And it's in Lambeau.
Oh, it's in Lambeau. You know what? I'm gonna put that
7-point spread.
7.
That's what he just said. I think I'll have to say
Keith, is that the case?
I'm not looking, but I assume that they wouldn't be lying. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that sounds.
Check
like
out the cover. 7 sounds really high. I
That seems
highly
high.
doubt that's gonna. I doubt that it's gonna finish anywhere near there.
He's gonna choose all mine, and then I'm gonna be fucked.
And then the last one, I'm going to go with the Chiefs going in and taking out the Chargers.
Chiefs over the Chargers at home at San Diego.
Yup.
Wow.
I don't believe in the Chargers,
Is this
man. I don't believe in Phillip Rivers either.
Really? Okay. You will literally see. Now that's the sort of edge that I like to hear. That's a Brandon Oliver-esque sort of call. I'm dead serious. That's a seriously fucking bold call. People aren't saying anything even remotely close to that. So what do you say?
I'm not a fan of Phillip Rivers. I didn't hear you.
Yeah, no, I'm curious to hear like the thought process. You're just not a fan. Like, elaborate.
I'm not a fan of San Diego. I think Kansas City can come in there with their running game and play with them and beat them. And
Andy Reid's. You forget about. Well,
Off the
I
bye.
didn't forget. Andy
Off the
Reid's
bye.
bye record after
Yeah.
the bye is.
I didn't think about that when I made it, but I'll throw it
Yeah,
in
it
there.
is.
His record over the
He
last
took 2 of
dozen
mine,
or so
actually.
years. He's like at least 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
never
he took
lost
2.
when he came off.
Yeah.
So
he's
yeah,
a
for
beast.
that, I really do
Okay.
like the Chiefs one.
All
The
right.
Raiders, I
Here's,
don't know.
here's my
All right,
decision
yeah,
on yours, Elgin. I'm gonna give you half a point on the Carolina Packers, John, unless you want to pick another one. If you're correct on that, I'm only giving you a half a point.
See, the one I want to pick, I can't pick.
Why? Because it's the Cowboys.
It's the Cowboys, yeah.
Who we thought they were.
I'm just with them and let somebody
That's
else
why we
take
took the
them.
damn field. Now,
All right, can I pick my team?
ground their ass.
I hate him. What were you saying?
I'm gonna pick my 3.
All right.
They have to be different,
Wait. Elgin, who are the Cowboys playing?
They play the Giants.
And you think the Giants are going to win?
I mean, it's just a typical letdown game for the Cowboys.
I
See,
will
we
give
we should've
you.
went
I will
more,
give you a
'cause took two of
point.
mine.
I will give you a point if you take that, but you only get the half point for the Carolina one. So which one are you taking?
I'm taking Carolina.
Okay, so Carolina half score. All right, John Miller.
I am going to take the Houston Texans at Pittsburgh on Monday night as my upset special. Did you see how Cleveland ran on Pittsburgh? Do you know who Houston has at running back after a long week of rest from a Thursday night game? They're going to run Arian Foster left, right, sideways, upside down, and Pittsburgh won't be able to stop
you're right. Definitely.
And I think that I'm not sold on Ben Roethlisberger. I think he's a turnover waiting to happen, and I could see J.J. Watt probably getting a touchdown in this game.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, even in the preliminary, I'm giving this a half score.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as big of an upset as you think. So, we'll just keep that one.
Go with another one. All right. I also think.
No, you don't have to. That's number.
All right. I'm gonna go. Jacksonville gets their first win at home against Cleveland.
Jacksonville versus Cleveland, first win.
Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
I think they take advantage of Cleveland, just kind of feeling themselves after that beatdown of the Steelers, and they come in thinking it's lowly Jacksonville. They're feeling themselves a little bit. I think that Cleveland secondary can be had, especially without Joe Hayden.
Dude, stop being a fucking dick. We get it. You have fucking.
Hayden down. Hayden went down.
Yeah, he's had like a hip injury. He didn't play last game.
Yeah, but he played. Yeah, no, he did play last game. He was definitely in the game. I watched it.
I think they get off the schneid, though. Because you can run on Cleveland.
And here I'm actually making two executive decisions. I'm giving 1.5 points if he nails this one. And I'm giving you, Elgin, 1.5 points if the Raiders beat the Cards.
Right.
I can dig it.
And take my last one, or you don't care?
No. Wait 1 second.
But they are who we thought they were. And we let them.
I hate you. I get it.
It's dead air. Why are you
They thought they were.
at dead air?
And fucking talk. Stop fucking jamming everything in people's ears.
I'm waiting to give
It's blowing out
You're
your
letting
mind.
everyone else pick all the easy
Right.
ones, and I gotta fucking pick the
Dude,
hard
you can pick the same fucking game. Shut up.
Exactly.
Can I get the next one?
Yeah, go ahead.
The Dolphins on the road in Chicago win. Chicago is terrible against the run. That's all Miami does.
No. That's a 0-pointer. You literally
Why?
get 0 points for that because the Dolphins are a better team to me than I think the
At
Dolphins
2 and 3, they're better than the Bears. At 3 and 3 at home. Okay.
I do. In Chicago, you know what? I'll give you the upset. You know what? I'll give you a full point
Thanks.
because
Appreciate it.
It is
Appreciate
in
your
Chicago.
generosity.
But they're a better team than Chicago is.
I don't think so.
You asked for an upset. Like we've sat here a couple
right.
of times
No,
and talked
you're correct.
about how Miami should be better than what they are, and they're 2 and 3. So based off of that, like they're not a better team.
No,
I think this game is
They just
tailored.
lost to the Packers. They just lost to the Packers by like a couple of points. I mean, I guess it's a division.
Yeah.
It is a division game, but they lost to the Packers by only a couple when the Packers destroyed Chicago in Chicago. So
but
that's all
Miami
I'm
is
saying.
Miami's a tough place to play. We talked about that before, the heat and the humidity and all that kind of stuff.
Can I say one thing? I don't want to get yelled at.
0.0.
That's awesome. Great. All right. What are your picks, Keith?
I got some bold ones here. I mean, I'm not fucking just sitting back on my couch picking Miami and shit. Miami can't beat my grandma's team. And my grandma's been dead 10 years. Anyway, I got a big upset in the making. Huge upset in the making. This is my upset special of the week.
Something versus Brandon Oliver.
San Francisco goes into Denver, beats Denver on Sunday night. Mark it down. You heard it here first. That's an upset. You want to talk
That is
about
upset.
Miami, Chicago.
They going for the record.
How's that an upset?
Exactly. That's why they're going to shut them down. San Francisco's coming off a tough game. Now they got to go in Denver. The
A short
Lions
weekend
Den.
on the
The
travel.
Lions Den or the Horses Den, whatever you want to
Who's
call
going
it.
for a record, and what's the record?
It's the
509
passing
the
record for
most touchdowns
Manning.
ever. Brett Favre's record. He's going to beat him.
He has
And this is
three.
the little known fact. I haven't told a lot of people about this. San Francisco, huge Brett Favre fans. Kaepernick, all those guys, they love him. They do not want the record to happen on them.
All
Telling
right,
you.
don't lose your half a point by talking too much.
All right, that's it. That's my first. All right.
You're already
Second
blowing
one.
it.
Especially
Second one, listen. This is a tough one. That is a tough one too. Cincinnati goes into Indianapolis and beats Indianapolis in Indianapolis. Listen, Indians is all full of themselves. They're walking around. Girls are like, Andrew Luck, let me suck your penis. And he's like, sure. And they have a great time. Don't get me wrong. Lots of women had lots of fun with his penis this week. But not this week coming up, Cincinnati's going to have fun.
That's a good
This
pick.
is not
With his penis.
That's a half score.
That's a half score? What do you think?
If
Cincinnati beat Indy?
if Carolina Packers is a half score, this is a half score.
Yeah, I don't think Carolina Packers is a half score. I think Carolina going into Lambeau and winning is definitely an upset. No chance they're supposed to win that game.
All right, I'll give you a whole score.
I'm just saying he should get the whole score too. Now here is my final one. I was going to go San Francisco last, but Elgin basically stole mine, so I'm going to use the same one. I think the New York Giants, coming off a tough loss, go in and they stuff their dick down Romo and Jerry Jones' mouth. And you know what? I don't even think that Romo and Jerry Jones are going to be upset about it. I think they're going to actually enjoy it.
So much, man.
Look. You ever heard of saying "knock your dick in the dirt"? All that shit. It's not gay. No homo. You know what I'm saying? What do you want me to say? No homo. I'm just saying. Here's how football works. You watch a team. You think they're good. Then they get shut out by the Eagles, who aren't supposed to have a good defense. Then you're like, oh, Dallas is going to crush them. And they go in there and they beat Dallas. That's my upset special. They're my 3 games.
You're wrong. I like the recipe for Dallas. I think you might be wrong.
I'm giving you, and I did say that was a plus 1.5er. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to recap, we've got Raiders over the Cards, which I'm giving a 1.5. Carolina over the Packers, and the Chiefs over San Diego.
So we're going to see who's right? Is that what we're going to do? Or
yeah, Elgin has a 3.5 max total for the week.
Okay.
John Miller has the Texas over Pittsburgh, Jacksonville over Cleveland, and Dolphins over Chicago, which will give him a 3-pointer. Since Texas over Pittsburgh, I think, is only a half score. Does anybody disagree with that, or
I do
you want to give them a? Well, obviously you do. What do you?
Texas over Pittsburgh?
Texas over Pittsburgh. Is it in Texas or is it in Houston?
It's in Pittsburgh.
I'd give him a full point on that. Pittsburgh should win that game.
All right, fine. Well, okay.
He's not going to win that anyway. Pittsburgh wins that game handily. Trust me. Houston doesn't play good on the road. Didn't they have like a big win last week, or did they get throttled? I forget.
They got throttled by
Indy.
Exactly. That's
They got throttled by Indy. Did they? Didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
They came back
in the beginning.
They were getting throttled, though.
Right. They're going to get throttled again.
You know what? They weren't getting throttled as much as their defense was getting throttled. Their offense was still fucking chunking up the field.
That's why it makes it a bigger upset.
Pittsburgh's going to throttle again. Don't worry. John
probably
Miller
should be
All right, so we're giving a John Miller
I would say 2.
a max 3.5 as well. And with Keith, we've got San Francisco over Denver, Cincy over Indy, and the Giants over the Cowboys to give a possible total of 4. So we got a 4 and 2 3.5s.
Mark it down. What's the fanatic say?
Wait, what was his 2-point play?
I took San Francisco over Denver. Who's taking that?
San Fran over Denver was a 1.5.
Like a 2 point. That should be a 2.0.
And Giants over Cowboys was 1.5.
Rolling. in
He
my
had to get
2.0.
a 2-pointer, didn't he? Or no, that's 3 and you had
No,
one.
there's
right?
2 1.5ers. He has 2 1.5ers
And
and a 1.
and a 1.
You guys both
Okay.
have one at 1.5 and
And
two
I have.
ones.
All right.
Listen.
What did my Jacksonville pick get me?
Your Jacksonville got you 1.5.
That's craziness. They were 0-6. I guess it's the same thing for the Raiders. I guess right? They got 1.5.
I think there's a better chance of Jacksonville winning than San Fran going into Denver and winning, don't you?
Nah, San Fran. Well, I don't know about San Fran this year.
No one knows about San Fran.
Jacksonville's 0-6. Like, stop it. If you're taking a winless team to get
does
their
that
first win,
mean?
it should start at 1 point.
But I give the Giants over the Cowboys 1.5 definitely because of the Giants are on a very seesawy team. They're the kind of team that goes 8-8, seesaws their way into the fucking playoffs and wins a fucking Super Bowl.
Exactly. That's exactly who they are.
Exactly.
So on the wrong side of the seesaw, they should probably, but you'll never know.
Well, how
All
we
right,
ending
this
this?
is
How we ending this show?
Well, Keith, let me get these two to bed. They're all tuckered and shit.
Wait. They're leaving?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely
we're gonna finish it up. I'm gonna ask you a few questions.
They gotta say their goodbyes though. They can't just be like, oh,
For
man.
sure. Wait, here's Elgin's goodbye.
That was coming.
I know I agree to this, but fuck y'all. Yeah, it's been real, y'all. I'll talk to y'all.
Dude, you turn it up too loud. Yours is too loud. Turn it down. Use the volume.
It's not too loud.
It is. It's crazy. And we're gonna get kicked off of YouTube again.
Oh shit! I forgot about that.
All right, Johnny John. It's been rings for entering a spirited discussion about how wrong you are about Brandon Oliver.
Oh yeah, I had to just entertain you so people could just.
We didn't even get into the Eddie Lacy nonsense either, but
because he's a bum.
Yeah, you stop it. Stop.
Of course,
it.
you
He's not a bum.
Lacy.
I gotta be honest.
Not a bum.
Listen. I gotta kind of go with John. He's kind of leaning towards bum status at this point. He's closing in on being a bust. He had one good game, honestly.
Yeah, he is closing in
well,
on being a bust.
Well, how many good games is Shady has? Is Shady going to be a bust as well?
Shady had 2 good games and
Right.
2 good games against much worse defenses. He's had 2 good games against much worse defenses, and
Miami's a great defense now.
Miami's not a great defense.
I hated Shady and I shipped
Miami's
him
not.
off.
But for the most part, he's done what.
You're saying like his first 2 matchups were brutal. I gotcha.
First 3 were brutal, actually.
So what do you expect him to do against Carolina then?
It's gonna be interesting.
Exactly.
In Green Bay, anything could fucking happen.
That makes him a bust because if you had LaShawn McCoy against Carolina, you'd say he'll do all right. That's
no. Well, I would not do anything of the sort. Shady to me was fucking in the doldrums before last week. Him not shitting the bed and putting up like 120 something was an absolute surprise to me.
Over under standard scoring 14 fantasy points for Eddie Lacy. That's 80 yards and a touchdown.
Who against me?
He's
playing Carolina.
Hold on, I'm going through the whole game in my head. 6 yards.
This is a trick question, by the way, but
3-yard rush. So how is it a trick question? Why?
you'll see in a minute.
Why is he not playing?
No, he's going to play.
I'm gonna say over.
Okay, you say over, Joe. You say over too, obviously.
Hold on. Over what? 14?
Yeah.
80 and a touch.
Give me 1 second. Now here's the thing. I think that we should do. I think he's gonna score more than 14 in non-standard leagues.
In non-standard leagues?
In DOA.
Which means he's going to have a long run?
Exactly. He's gonna take one to the house for about he's gonna take one to the house from about 35 40.
If he takes one to the house for 40, listen, I'm gonna say right here on this show. If he takes one to the house for 40 yards, I will buy an Eddie Lacy jersey and I will wear it on the next fucking show. And I'll get it. And I'll get a dreadlock rig. And I'll get a dreadlock wig.
40 plus. You can't be like it was 48. I said 40.
No, 40. If he takes one to the house for 40, I will get an Eddie Lacy jersey. I will have a dreadlock wig on, and I will be in Eddie Lacy and blackface for the next show. Because he's darker than me.
Oh,
I will do that if he takes
Wait a
one
second.
to the
Has
house.
this ever been said? Eddie Lazy? If not, I just coined it, but I know people have said that. So.
But yeah, if he takes one from 40 to the house, I will definitely get a Lacy jersey.
I'm gonna go with the over. So what's the trick? What's the trick about this?
The trick question was because I expect you to say all about that, and then I'm gonna say that's a freaking bust. That's like
you're saying that's not good?
That's RB2. That's RB2 numbers for what he should be doing.
80 and a touch is not horrific.
Yeah, but we said over. So
I know
Yeah,
that
and we
because
both
I
did,
didn't
we
expect
did
him
both
to
say
say
over.
Listen,
No, I didn't. Look. I got.
You can't even say that with confidence.
I got trick questions of my trick answers of my own.
I wish you could trade him from your league to mine. To me, I wish we could make cross league trades. Cause
Why? Lacy for who? Who do you have?
I'll give you Ellington and laugh about
I already
it.
have Ellington.
They
I don't
get
have two
screwed
Andre
up for it.
Ellingtons. Doppelganger.
Yeah.
That's my team.
It's
Doppelganger.
the doppelganger.
Hey, I traded for Drew Brees. Right? I'll take Drew Brees. You got a receiver?
I'm starting to hate that trade. Justin Forsett just keeps killing it. Ryan Matthews is going to come back and be the second coming of like
Brandon
little
Oliver.
Jesus, baby Jesus. Yeah, and then I'm
He's
going
gonna
to
be second coming of Brandon Oliver.
and then fucking Andy Dalton's going to do just good. Watch.
Can you guys dig up for the next show, the show we did at Keith's house, like who was our pickup of the week and our sleeper of the week or whatever?
Yeah, did we ever find that out?
Yeah, I don't think we ever found
Mine
it
was
out.
Brandon Oliver.
Yours was Brandon, but that wasn't a sleeper.
Yeah, no, we're not
We're-
saying who would you sleep with of the week. That's what you said.
That's a good one. I like that.
Thank you. Every now and
He
then.
does have dreamy. Have you seen his eyes though? They're deep and they're like this deep brown.
Oh, stop it.
Oh my god.
They're deep brown and you can get lost into them.
Mm.
That's all
Maybe that's
I'm
what the
saying.
Jets did. That's why
Yeah,
he ran
No
up to
homo.
the
No homo.
The
No
Jets
homo.
were like, he's so dreamy.
and then he let him run right past him.
They were like, we have the number 3 run defense. Let's just let him go. We like him.
Okay, here's a question. Here's a question for you, Ryan Matthews lovers.
Oh,
Resign- Does he get re-signed by San Diego next year?
Nope.
Nope. He gets reunited with Drew Brees and goes on a massacre. People are like, wow, Ryan Matthews, Hall of Fame. That's all I'm saying.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
I don't even know if he ever played with Drew Brees, honestly.
I was about to say, what in the world? Did he play for Purdue? I don't think he did.
No, not when they were in San Diego. He wasn't there.
Oh, right.
All right. So anyway,
All right.
14 points is the thing.
Yeah.
Can we talk about one more thing about my unluckiness again? I had
Sure.
Seattle in my suicide.
Hey, look, they're showing never say never
It
moment.
is.
Brandon
Yeah.
Oliver.
I
Game-winning
had
touch.
Seattle in my what the fuck suicide, and Dallas got that ridiculous pass on like 3rd and whatever to Terrence Williams.
Yeah, it was kind
Yeah,
of
when they
ridiculous.
should have sacked him against like one of the best defenses at home, and nothing annoyed me more than that. And then they go in to score, and DeMarco Murray's like, "Mah, mah, mah, Elgin, we love you." But anyway, I think all in all it was a good show. I like today's show. I mean, I don't know how my voice sounded. I'll probably listen. I usually listen to it.
Yeah,
back.
I'm sure I sounded like a whiny bitch.
Nah, I think you sound all right. Wow.
Yeah, I always do. It's when I get fucking heated about crazy talk.
I also want to say, because this got cut off on the last show, and I was a little bit annoyed about it. And what I said was, isn't it appropriate that Monty Ball is out because he pulled his groin?
He pulled his
But the
balls.
problem is, it never came through. The last show, it went, "Wah," it went Matrix. Like, it knew that was going to be like the greatest line ever. And it Matrixed me. It fucked me over. I got to be getting to bed, too. I got to get up.
All right. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right,
All right,
listen.
folks.
Yo.
So check us out on Twitter at JoeNo FFB Pro.
Mine's easy.
FFB Pro. at Keith FFB Pro and at J Mills FFB Pro.
We'll be all arguing on Twitter.
I will probably be
Sometimes.
arguing with somebody in the NFL this week because I like to do that on Twitter. So if you like to see some Twitter nonsense, look me up, Keith FFB Pro.
And the reality is, I'm done fucking arguing with these cats
keep
about
doing it. What are you talking about?
the
the only thing
merits
that keeps
of.
me going through my day is when you guys argue with these guys, please. And J Mill, you got to get in there a little bit. Come on. You see your boy going in.
He doesn't.
Throw a couple bows.
Travis Kelce is hot garbage.
Throw a couple bows every now and again.
You think that Travis Kelce is hot garbage just like the FFB insiders?
No, I don't. I'm going to roll with him the rest of the season. Stop all that shit.
So I picked up Jordan Reed. What do you think
Actually,
about that?
I'm actually thinking about the same thing, actually, just to,
Yeah.
better.
I was
Just
going
'cause I
to
don't
use him
trust
as a
Andy.
spot start for Kelce, and I'm going to end up having to roll with both of them for the rest of the season, I think.
That's not a bad team to
Little
roll with.
known fact, next week on my team, I will either have Jimmy Graham and Aaron Rodgers, or I will have Gronkowski, and I'll probably end up keeping Drew Brees. So I'm going to have one of the top tight ends and officially make my team El Ciango Manchango, which means unstoppable in like 14 different languages. I
Gotcha.
just made that's all gibberish. I don't even know.
I'm
what
trying to make a
say.
trade for Le'Veon Bell, so.
Yeah, and I'm not making any trades because everyone wants to see me.
Who cares?
That's
why.
Dude,
You're not making any
1
trades.
and 5 means absolutely nothing. I mean, honestly, I've seen.
That's an awesome league.
So
If it's 1 and 5, doesn't mean anything.
Wait, one last thing before we all get off.
I mean,
this is a huge moment. The team that we think is the worst in our division is 5-1. The team that we know is one of the best, if not the best, or was before this week in points, is Joe is 1 and 5. Now's the time. 5-1 team versus the 1 and 5 team. Who goes the distance?
They're playing this week?
I don't know. They might be. I don't even know.
He's gotta run the
I don't
table.
think we are.
No, but
He's
what I'm
gotta
trying
run
to
the table.
he doesn't necessarily have to run it because he could.
Well,
just,
he said that. He's just got to finish.
right,
fourth
but
and
I
get
think
his
it would
win.
be funny if Joe snuck in, got in there in like the 3rd or 4th seed, and then like beat that team and like I don't know. It's fun. We'll see. Joe, not gonna
Might pick
lie,
another
you're
quarterback.
pretty much in a must-win situation this week. Just to let you know.
Yeah, I'm in a fucking massive must-win situation.
You better, if I were you, I would start scouring the waiver wire for Thursday, Sunday, and Monday night guys that you could potentially. That's what I did for the last.
Tim
I did
Wright.
that for the last 2 weeks and did what I had to do. I mean,
And now
I didn't really-
here's the problem. Here is what is killing me inside. I build my team so that I don't have to rely on Mondays and Thursdays and Sunday nights, and there's a lot. Like, who am I gonna fucking drop? Who am on my team droppable? I just don't think.
Well, I think you're getting.
Matt Ryan, listen, just hit ding when it's the guy. Matt Ryan, Brandon Oliver, ding. Ben Tate, Julio Jones, Des Bryant, Justin Hunter, maybe ding. Jordan Reed,
Dang.
Niall Davis,
Dang.
Antone Smith. Stop! I can't fucking drop Niall Davis. What planner do you? What's going on? What?
Now Davis is right back to the role that we thought he was going to be. Unless
I just asked you. Did I ask you?
Am I taking crazy pills?
I asked you today what's his value, and it was like his value is nothing until he gets hurt. So why he's on your team?
You're literally
Because I can't possibly just throw something like that away. That's a crazy drop.
All right, so he has value. Just don't lie to me when you said he doesn't have any value, asshole.
What do you mean? You asked me what value he has. Right now, he doesn't have much value until fucking Jamal Charles gets a little fucking dinged up. I mean,
So
that's
then
the
trade him to
reality
the
of it.
Jamal Charles owner then.
I can't because the Jamal Charles owner is Red, and Red will want everybody on the planet Sun, and he'll just give me whatever he picked up as a waiver wire pickup. I mean, you have to know your Johns too. You think I haven't tried to fucking give up Niall Davis all season long?
All right, cool.
I
Whatever.
mean, I'm not crazy.
All right, so
Antone Smith,
no.
Carlos Hyde,
Getting close.
Ingram, Rainey,
No.
Cooks,
Rainey
Patterson,
probably.
ding, Patterson,
Cooks,
ding,
Patterson.
ding.
You can drop Patterson if you want, but with your running backs, and you say you
Kelsey.
got all these running backs, you better drop Bobby Rainey too.
Kelsey and Gordon. I mean, You named four guys that I think are dingable. Patterson,
Rainey,
Rainey,
Davis.
Hunter, and Reed.
I'm looking at the night games, and San Francisco.
I would get another
Niall Davis. I
quarterback.
can't drop Niall Davis. He's
Okay,
too
fine.
big of a
I would get
fucking
another
bargaining
quarterback,
chip.
I would get another
There's
quarterback.
going to be any guys for you to pick up because it's Pittsburgh, Houston, which I know I have Antonio Brown. I know most of the other wide receivers suck for that team. Then you got Houston. I know. Right. Well, then you got Houston, who's got what?
Andre Johnson, DeAndre Hopkins, both are snatched.
You got San Francisco versus Denver.
There's
Everyone
nobody.
at Denver's guys snatched up. San Francisco, you might have
Definitely.
a chance at
Get
to
Brandon
Boyd
LaFell.
got it.
Take a flyer on him.
Brandon LaFell. He's on fucking New
Brandon
England.
LaFell's already.
You mean
taken.
Brandon Lloyd?
No. Brandon Lloyd might not be a bad pickup against
Brandon
Denver.
Lloyd, the dude that scored the 80-yard touchdown.
Lloyd's-
That's who you need.
Lloyd's probably on somebody's team too. I
I
wouldn't
don't
doubt
think
it.
so. I don't think so, man.
Well, you also have to remember too, Joe, that your team has like 45 roster positions, so it's tough.
No, Lloyd's out there.
Yeah, I mean, Lloyd's your only hope. And you hope he has that 80-yard touchdown again, and you're laughing. I mean, I'm just saying, if I needed a win, I would go after a guy like that and say, fuck it, you know what I mean? Because he could at least get you like 7 to 10 points on some lucky bullshit or just a touchdown.
I mean, look, trust me, I'm not gonna not fucking pick him up, but
What about Tim Wright? Would you roll with 3 tight ends and just play roulette?
Wait, he
think
doesn't
Tim
play
Wright is
on...
on-
Oh, you're looking at the Thursday game that I'm not looking at. That's my bad.
Tim Wright or
Yeah,
Jason
yeah.
Morrow.
That's right. So Jets, I got Curly. I'll trade you Curly. He comes to play versus New England. Seriously.
Tim Wright's already picked up. Who the fuck is Curly?
Jeremy Curley,
Jeremy Curley.
Jeremy Curly.
who cost me a win this year.
I thought you meant Curly like a Three Stooge.
I kind of did because he was such a dickhead. But
And the Jets, Patriots, for Niners, Broncos, yeah. Yeah, I'll pass on the Curls.
Who's your DST?
Titans.
Ugh.
They got me 19. They got me 19. What the fuck? I'm fucking nailing the
DST streamers.
this year. I'm fucking crushing it this year.
if my
I'm
fucking
absolutely
defense
fucking
was good-
dominating.
You're going to start
got
them against
19.
the Redskins?
I got 19 from no, of course not. I got 19 from my running backs. I mean, I got 19 from the Titans. The week before, I got 26 from the Steelers.
Right.
The week
I got
before
21
that,
from the Lions this week.
week
Joe.
before that, 26 from the Dolphins. This is ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's
you're
pretty
definitely
bad.
running good. Maybe your team really isn't that good. Maybe you're just good at picking up defenses.
This is the shitty one. 15 from the Dolphins in week maybe 2 or 3.
Sad part about that is I have Seattle's D who's supposed to be good, and they scored less than 15 like every game.
Yeah,
Maybe
but that's
one.
why you never pick those defenses early.
30,
Yeah, Richard Sherman needs to stop fucking yawning and tackle somebody.
Doesn't matter.
30
when people
from
pick
the
defenses, I
Redskins
just
week
laugh at them.
one.
We pick them before round 10.
30 from the defense week 1, and week 1 was my, or from week 2, and week 1 was my worst one with 10 points with the Patriots week 1.
Okay. You take the Patriots again this week?
Probably not, dude. I don't know. I haven't looked at who is playing what at when for 1 second yet. I gotta do all that. You know.
All right. Well, we'll be
When we
talking
get time.
about it because it's our waiver wire conversations we have on Tuesdays.
Next show's Thursday then?
Is it?
Are we doing a Thursday show?
I can't do a Thursday show. Going to Nick Swartzen.
Nick Swartzen?
Yeah.
You're going to see Nick Swartzen.
Yep.
I don't know what exactly happened to you somewhere along the line, but you eat fish, you go see Nick Swartzen, like...
What do you mean?
Like, Nick, you don't even... Nick Swartzen's funny, but, like, I wouldn't...
I've seen a bunch of comedians this year.
Have you seen Louis C.K.? Because he's the only one that would be worth going to see.
Hannibal
that's-
Buress is pretty funny.
That's
so.
crazy. That's insane, actually. I've
Insane?
seen a bunch of funny-ass
I
comedians
love
this year.
I think
Jim
Nick Swartzen's
Jeffries was
fucking
hilarious. Jim Jeffries was hilarious. Big J. Ukerson
he's
was
funny.
hilarious. Sam Morrill was hilarious. It's a comedy club. It's like fucking $15. You get
I saw Charlie Murphy.
you eat shitty food and you watch people laugh for $10-15. You literally do
I
that
saw Charlie Murphy.
anyway.
It was funny.
I can't listen. I can't do a show
I saw
Sunday.
Charlie Murphy at Helium.
Can't do a
Alright,
show
let's make-
Sunday.
So
Yeah,
you can't
Sunday
do
I
a
won't be
Sunday.
home.
You can't do a Thursday,
night.
which basically means we're off this week, or
You guys can do it without me. I'm just not
we'll
gonna
do a
be
Sunday
home.
show. We can do a Sunday show, and maybe if your vagina is not all swelled up, we can do a late night show for Keith.
I like late night shows. Well, I'm tired
Exactly.
of shit
So
right now, and I got to get up earlier than I
yeah,
usually have to get up.
go to bed.
Let me say this.
Later,
In
princess.
closing, I think the one thing we learned tonight, honestly, can you all agree, that BO does not stink.
Yeah, we've said
Ah,
that.
that's the stupidest.
Right.
Wait. What we did learn. Oh shit. What just happened? All right. What we did learn was we need to stop watching the fucking football games while the Johns are going on.
Or at
Yeah,
least
I'm sorry.
pretend like we're not
If
watching.
Eli would have done
At least-
something,
at
I
least
probably
pretend.
wouldn't have had the
Yeah.
game on.
We need to pretend.
Just
All right.
pretend, because
We need to
you're like
pretend.
talking about like look at what's happening on the screen right now, and that doesn't make for good radio.
Word.
Other than that, all right.
Later.
Basically, just 2 hours of Brandon Oliver banter.
2 hours. Well, just stop being wrong on them. You'll be all right.
Okay. All right.
You did that. You did that to yourself, Miller. Just so you know.
Yeah, he definitely walked into that. All right.
Well, you're gonna. I'm gonna fight
here
you
it comes.
Brandon Oliver until just to get you riled up about it. That's gonna be my goal. See how long it takes you.
Well, it doesn't even. You don't have to rile me up about it because I know.
I'm not even really riling you up about it. It's just
I know
it's funny.
you are trolling.
'Cause
I know you're
I'm not
trolling
trolling
me,
you.
and I know you're.
I'm not trolling you.
And I know
I
you
said it's a good
genuinely
thing.
might believe sort of the things that you're saying about Ryan Matthews.
No, I don't.
I
I'm
do.
not
I
even
do believe
care.
that.
I just make fun of you because a 5-minute Brandon Oliver conversation turns into 2 hours, and I think
Peace
it's
out,
hilarious. Later.
Well, yeah. Look here. I guess we'll see. If he ends up. Well, here's the thing. If he ends up being a top, let's say, 10 running back for the rest of the season, do you eat everything that you're saying, or not?
But what am I saying that's wrong? Like, what am I saying that's wrong? I'm not saying I hate the guy. I said, yeah, it's a good pickup.
No.
Like,
Look, well, I'm putting it out.
I'm just
on
saying
now.
we don't need to talk about him 50% of the show. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Well, we're not talking about him 50% of the show.
Today we-
I'm just. Well, that's because you guys are sort of you want to rile it up. I would have only talked about him for 2 seconds, but
Don't get me wrong. I would
I
have
do
talked
it.
about Eddie Lacy and how much he sucks for 50% of the show either, if you'd have let me.
Well, does he suck? Because he keeps fucking catching touchdowns. This might be one of those
Who,
years
Lacy?
for him. No, I thought you said Eddie Royal.
No, Lacy. Different. I'd rather have Eddie Royal than Eddie Lacy.
Look,
No, I'm joking. He just needs to get it going.
Lacy is not nearly.
He's getting to the point where I can't even trade him. Like the next game day he goes off, I'm gonna immediately sell high for him, and I'm probably gonna take 80 cents on the dollar for him, as they say.
What for? What are you gonna get? What do you plan on
I don't
starting
know.
instead?
You know, it's funny. I say that, and I keep thinking about their playoff schedule. I'm like, if you can just make it and hold on, like it should be.
That's all that it is, and you know.
But that's why I said to you, that's my unique position, because it's like, despite my running back woes and CPAP being a piece of shit, like I'm getting timely production week in and week out from people, and I'm 5-1, so I shouldn't even give a shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I tend to not. Well, it's not necessarily true. I tend to tune up shit that is not broken. Especially, look, if you've got a starting 9, then maybe you don't need to. But at the same time, if you feel like there's somebody out there that you can get who is definitely going to play 14, 15, and 16 versus someone who like I
That's why I
wouldn't get
wanna
rid of
live
him
now.
if you don't. I wouldn't.
That's why I want to live.
I
now.
would. I wouldn't get rid of Lacy unless you think he's going to get hurt. That's sort of what I'm saying.
But I have Starks. So I
I-
don't care.
You do care. You do care because with Starks, they're not going to use Starks as much. They're going to pass way more, and he might catch more balls also, but he's definitely not going to get the sort of carries that you think.
I just want Lacy to get in the fucking end zone. If he gets in the end zone in that game, then I'm not even having this conversation. But he didn't. He got me 4 fucking points. That's retarded when he scored.
Yeah. I was on the road, so I didn't get to see the game, but
Look, here's the thing. If my team scored 146 points last week, and that's because both of my running backs showed up in addition to everybody else. But that's what I expect from my team. I expect those running backs maybe not to go off, but at least if Lacy does what he does, is it too much to ask for him to give me 18 to 20 points standard scoring a week, and then throw in bonuses wherever it happens, and then have Ellington break one and they not dick around with his usage and all that kind of stuff? Is it too much to ask? Is it too much to ask for Joe Philbin to pull his head out of his ass and just give Lamar Miller the ball because he's a rhythm running back? He needs to touch the ball to get in rhythm, and the second he fucked with his rhythm in the first half, the first half he was in rhythm and he was killing the Packers. Like, it's simple. It's a simple fucking formula, and it's just not happening. Jordy's going to be Jordy. Matt Ryan's going to be up and down. I'll have to just live with it. Hopefully, Andy Reid has taken a bye week and decided, hey, you know what? Maybe we ought to give Travis Kelce that ball a little bit more. You know what I mean? And see what happens.
It's a very Andy Reidian sort of thing to happen. Travis Kelce might go off for like a whole lot.
Dude, I'm hoping because in the second that happens, I'm trading him so I can shore up my running backs. I can tell you that right now.
All right. Surprise, surprise. Right. Surprise, surprise. It's raining in Seattle.
Yeah. All right.
It's been a good show. I'll get him tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll find out about that stuff for you too. I'll let you know.
On behalf of the Average Joe's Fantasy Football Show, Joe Q, Jay Mills, El Chicada, Joe No. Peace.